Hello everyone, welcome back to Sade's Tarot Tea. So today guys, I am going to be pulling on Ariana and Zach saying, oh my god, I am so curious about these two. I have been following Ariana, as you guys know, for some time. I have been watching her interviews with Zach saying, so this stuff coming out about Ariana and Zach is kind of concerning. I'm kind of worried about, I'm not gonna lie, Ariana's mental health, but we'll see like what happens on what I pull on with this. Now there is a little bit of chaos around this topic guys, but I waited a little bit, so it's not too bad. I'm picking up that Ariana and Zach have communicated. I don't think there has been, we'll see what comes out guys, but I don't really feel like they haven't talked about what's going on or what happened or what came out. I think Zach completely panicked and, you know, called Ariana, or there was some type of communication. Maybe Ariana hurried up and reached out to him, or maybe Zach already knew that this was coming. But regardless, we're gonna see what comes out. I have already pre-shuffled in their energy and meditated, so because I want to see you guys like what's going on with them and how Ariana's doing. I also want to pull on Tana Mongeau. I want to see what her motive is, because apparently she used to be friends with Zach, and she obviously, we can see guys, there is probably a bit of anger allegedly with Zach, so she may be speaking out from a place of anger and jealousy. I hate to, you know, put it to that, but we'll see what comes out. We'll see what Spirit has to say about this. I'm also guys going to pull on Ethan, Slater, and Ariana, like a recap to see where they're at. I know she's still with Ethan, so I'm curious if they ended up moving in together after I had done her reading, because when I did her reading they had said that Ariana and Ethan had moved in together, but I pulled at that time when I was reading that she hadn't moved in with him yet. So I'm actually feeling like she's moved in with him now. But we'll see, like I said, what comes out. So we got some stuff to pull on. We're gonna see if her and Ethan are gonna end up getting married. There's talks apparently that she may have kids with him. So guys, I want to see what I get. There's been like rumors swirling about, you know, her and Ethan, so I want to see what I get. And yeah, so get your tea, get your snacks, and let's sip some Sade's Tarot Tea with me. Before I get started talking my stuff, guys, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to hit that notification bell for when your bitch pull up, ding ding, you guys know what it is. All right guys, so let's go ahead and get into Ariana, Zach, Tana, and Ethan's energy. I'm very curious to see what comes out. Alright guys, let's go ahead and start reading. Okay, deception and envy in the reverse. Firm foundation, positive movements, spiritual strength, intuition. Okay. Let's get one more card. And I will show you guys the cards that I'm getting, okay? Because I know I don't do like a split screen, but I'll show you guys what I'm getting with Ariana and Zach. This is the energy between them both, okay? I will pull individually how they feel about each other. Okay. Yeah. I had a feeling this was going to come out. So Ariana is not listening. She is not listening to what is going on. She's like, I know Zach. I know he wouldn't talk about me. I know that he wouldn't spill my secrets. I know, like, she's kind of, Ariana, allegedly, for entertainment, guys, Ariana, I'm already getting Ariana's energy. She's very protective over Zach. She's very protective over him. I feel like people in the past have tried to come up to Ariana, and Zach too. I feel like a lot of people are jealous of Zach and Ariana's connection. Now guys, this is the overall energy what I'm getting so far between them. I will pull on how they both individually feel about each other, but just keep in mind guys, this is the overall energy. So this is what they're showing to the public. This is also how they are allegedly moving in private, okay? But this is what we're seeing from them as well. But I'm also gonna say what we're not seeing, okay? So deception and envy, the deception and envy card is in the reverse for me. Okay guys, so that's automatically, you can tell Both of them are like, what the fuck, don't know where this rumor came from, don't know why Tana is speaking out, or why people are, you know, continuously, guys, I'm feeling this has been a continuous problem with them both. I feel like a lot of people are jealous of Zach and Ariana's friendship. I'm just gonna say that. I feel like a lot of people don't like their friendship. A lot of people feel like Zach covers up for Ariana with a lot of stuff that she does behind the scenes, like, because you know, as we know, because Tana has said that, you know, I saw that come out, guys, and when I saw this come out, I immediately wanted to pull on this because I watch a lot of Zach's interviews. You guys know I tell you when I watch stuff. I watched a lot of Zach's interviews. I watched the interview between him and Ariana when she came out with Eternal Sunshine. This was after, of course, I had done her reading. But that doesn't matter. This goes out the window. This is spirit talking. This is what I'm getting from spirit. They're saying, their spirit guides are saying that there's a lot of people that are envious about their friendship. I don't know. I guess they're both very protective over each other. They both care about each other on a deeper level. I'm also getting, guys, my strength bond card. Their connection feels like more of a spiritual connection. Ariana, you know, I know Ariana has talked about, like, she's into, like, reading and stuff. Like, she's actually come out and said that, which in my past readings, guys, I have talked about Ariana getting more spiritual. So she's talked about, you know, she talks about, like, tarot, I'm hearing, with him, and the Saturn return. We know that they talked about that on her Eternal Sunshine interview with him. So this is, she feels, Ariana, they both feel this way, that they have a soulmate connection. They feel like they both have known each other in past lives, and they also have grown up together in a sense. Like, I'm gonna show, like, an old photo. I was looking at a photo of them, actually, because I wanted to, you know, look at photos of them to post, and, you know, for my video, guys, and I saw that they've been friends, like, you know, since they were young. So not too young, but they've been friends for a while. So this is a bond that Ariana, like, is that type of friend where if you come and tell her things about someone else, she does not listen to that. Like, she's the type of person that will defend her friends, but you have to be very close with her. Does she do this with all of her friends? No. But then those are the friends that she doesn't call her acquaintance. She calls them acquaintances. Or she calls them, like, oh yeah, I know that person in passing. Like, Ariana is that type where she's cordial with everyone. Everybody feels like they know her because she's very personable. But she only connects and is loyal to certain people. Okay, guys? Keep in mind that I am saying this. So, yeah, so I don't know why I feel like I have to tell y'all that, but just keep in mind I'm saying that. So, yeah, with Ariana and Zach, that's what I'm getting already. The energy between them both is that they're very protective over their friendship. It's a soulmate connection. They feel like they're bonded, and anybody that comes and tries to break that bond, you gotta go. Like, they don't play. So we're going to pull on also Tana's energy. I want to see why and what made her speak out. Now, I know, but despite the fact that they're not friends anymore, I want to see what happened with Tana and Zach, because why is Tana speaking out against Zach? Like, that's what we also need to look at. But it's talking about that a lot of people, guys, have tried to come and break their friendship up. A lot of people don't, for whatever reason. I'm not getting a particular reason, but I'm getting that a lot of people have tried to come and break their friendship up. A lot of people probably behind the scenes don't like Zach, and a lot of people behind the scenes don't like Ariana. They both bond over being misunderstood. They both bond over, now they are, like, Zach is a Taurus, Ariana is a Cancer. I've noticed that these two signs, and if you have a friendship, if you're a Taurus and you have a friendship with a Cancer, and if you're a Cancer and you have a friendship with a Taurus, you know what I'm talking about, okay? That bond, you guys build this bond together and you protect each other. So that's what's happening with Zach and Ariana. Like, Ariana and Zach are we'll see what more comes out, but so far I'm getting they're both locking down and they're like, what's going on? Like, we need to be more private and closed off, but they already foresaw this coming. I don't know if Ariana reads on Zach for tarot, guys. I don't know if she does, allegedly. I don't know if she does oracle readings on Zach. I don't know if Zach dabbles in tarot or he gets psychic readings done, or like astrological birth chart readings. There's other forms of divination that Ariana has introduced Zach to. So Zach I think he already saw this coming. Like, a lot, like, they already, I'm telling you guys, they're very in tune. I feel like they help each other. I feel like They do hang out. They don't always get to hang out, of course, because their schedules get busy and they're off doing their own thing. But when they link back up, they like to pull on each other. They like to do a lot of spiritual stuff. They like to talk about astrology. They like to talk about a lot of spiritual stuff, guys. That's already what I'm getting. But with my intuition card, it's telling me somebody already saw this coming. Somebody already was either tipped off that somebody was going to talk about their friendship, or they were told through other psychic readers to protect their union, to protect their bond, because, you know, somebody was going to try to speak out and expose them both, or expose Ariana and expose their friendship. So one of them, guys, I'm getting already knew this was coming. Or they already knew off top. I already knew it. I knew this was going to happen. That's what I keep hearing. I already knew somebody was going to talk about it, because I get a lot of like jealous energy around them, and a lot of people get around them too, and they don't really, allegedly, they don't really care for, it's like, you know, those two friends that link up and they become toxic. That's how people feel Zach and Ariana are. Like, they link up and they talk crap about people. They link up allegedly. Okay, guys, this is what I'm hearing people feel about them. Not saying that this is true, but this is how I'm feeling people perceive them when they're together. So people feel like when Zach and Ariana link up together, they're that bitchy, like, catty dynamic. Like, they just talk shit about people. They sit and drink and talk shit about people. Like, I don't know, I feel like they've bonded a lot over that, maybe over alcohol. I know Zach a little bit likes to party. Like, I've only seen, like I said, guys, I've only seen his interviews with certain celebrities, and I've seen his interviews with Ariana. But that doesn't matter. Like I said, that goes out the window. This is why I'm saying this. I don't have a bias between them both. You guys know that I like Ariana. I love Ariana because that's why I read on her. But when she is in the wrong, I will say that. And I have talked about in the past Ariana having to overcome that toxic Cancerian energy of being toxic, right? Like, a lot of Cancers are toxic. Sorry. It takes them a while to evolve. Like, it really does. They're good people, but it takes them a long time to evolve. Have to be around the right types of energies to keep evolving in a correct manner. So that means they have to be held accountable all the time for what they do. And what happens with Cancerian energy, and I'm coming for y'all, I am. If you're a type of Cancer that does not move this way, I'm not talking about you, right? I'm not trying to talk crap about the signs, but you guys know I keep it real. There's no mercy for the zodiac signs. When you guys are operating from your toxic energy, Cancerians and Tauruses, you guys can be users and link up and be friends with other users, and then you become toxic. Well, that's what I'm seeing happens with Ariana and Zach. They have this very toxic friendship, and it's taken a lot of time for them to come out of this high school type of mentality. But it also could be because they, from the jump, have never had like a firm friendship where they held each other accountable, right? Is already what I'm getting. But from other people's perspective, guys, when these two link up, they become very toxic. They talk shit about people, is what I'm already getting. Okay, they do that. Sorry, Zach. Sorry, Ariana. Allegedly, for entertainment, I gotta expose y'all. Like, we gotta be held accountable. Now, I hope you guys are coming out of this energy. I'm not trying to judge y'all, but I hope you guys are coming out of this energy. It's not a good energy, what I'm feeling. You guys don't have a healthy friendship. Like, yes, they are spiritual, and that's beautiful, and they do try to help each other get ahead in a spiritual sense, and that's great. You know, that's great. But when it comes to linking up, I'm hearing other people don't like being around them because they become toxic together. So that's automatically what I'm getting off top. Do they feel like they're like that? Absolutely not. They feel like they have a good friendship. And for the most part, they have great communication. They have great emotional depth within each other and security. So yeah, that's the energy I'm already getting. Firm foundation in the reverse, guys, and intuition. So Ariana is not listening to her higher self. She needs to, like, I'm hearing she needs to protect herself. She needs to be questioning Zach. She needs to be questioning Zach. Although they do have a lot of people that, you know, are hating on their friendship, it's also talking about one of them needs to not be so trustful with the other one. And I feel like low-key Ariana allegedly does the same thing. I feel like allegedly she does the same thing, but it's only if, like, Zach were to, like, piss her off or something. She doesn't just talk shit about her friends. Like, usually, like, if she's talking shit, it's because she's mad. Not saying it's right, but usually if Ariana is talking shit about her friends, it's because she's mad. Zach, on the other hand, I don't feel, allegedly for entertainment, I don't feel like Zach is completely loyal to his friends all the time. Even though he is a Taurus, I feel like he's in that toxic stage still, where he's not ready to evolve fully yet, and that's just where he's at. You know what I mean? So we'll look more into it, guys. I don't want to jump the gun. This is so far the energy I'm getting, so take this part with a grain of salt. We're gonna look more into their energy, but yeah, positive movement forward card, guys, is what I'm getting. Firm foundation, I want to touch back on this. Firm foundation card is automatically talking about, you know, they understand that people are spiteful over their friendship. People in the industry, their friends in the industry are spiteful. A lot of people feel like that he gives favoritism to Ariana. They feel like he protects her. This is behind the scenes, guys. They feel like I'm just getting, they don't want to be around them. That's the energy I keep getting. They feel like Zach is just completely a different person. Like, he switches. When he's with Ariana, he becomes very like Hollywood, fake, you know, not himself. But when he's around, allegedly, when he's around his other friends, not all his friends feel this way, guys. There are some friends that ride Zach's coattails and don't care. But then there are those friends that actually try to hold Zach accountable and say, hey, you know, like, she's not a good friend, allegedly, or she's not a good friend because of XYZ. You know, she does this. She's not who she portrays, okay? Zach is trying to lock down and figure out, for the past couple of years, Zach has had to really lock down on his friendship with Ariana and figure out if this is how, you know, if this stuff is true. I want to look into when he drinks and if he does talk about her, okay, and he exposes stuff about her. I want to look into that. But automatically moving into the last card of their overall energy, the crown chakra, and card is in the reverse, talking about them both not listening to the public, what the public is saying. The crown chakra it can mean spiritual messages being received from our higher self. It can mean, you know, spiritual messages being received from our spirit guides. You know, but also the crown chakra can be literal, where it's talking about, I'm getting messages from people that are telling me stuff about you, or my own thought process is clouding how I truly feel about you. So that's in the reverse. So that's telling me there is, with the firm foundation card and intuition, they are rocky. Even though they're locking down, there is some side-eyeing from one person, maybe both. There's some side-eyeing, and their firm foundation has been rocked a little bit because of this. But it's mainly because Ariana is probably feeling pressured now. Okay, now this is another friendship that I have to move, you know, quietly with. This is another friendship that I can't, like, how is she going to move after this? You know what I mean, guys? Because she does interviews with him. And it's important that I talk about that, because she, you know, and I tell you guys I do when I watch something. So Ariana's like, okay, let me get with my team. What do I need to do? What should we do? What's the next step? Because this has become big news. And, you know, so Ariana's thinking more on a business level, like, how is this going to affect me when I go to interview with Zach? Because you know, part of the niche with them was the fact that they were best friends, and a lot of people knew that, and they knew that she was going to go on his show, support him. You know, Ariana has always supported Zach has always supported her, but behind the scenes their friendship is it's just very spiritual. It's very they help each other to elevate spiritually, and they like to gossip with each other. There are those types of friends that won't talk for like long periods of time, and then they'll come back and start being like high school and like gossip and like on what happened in their life, or they'll gossip about other people, or they'll talk shit, they'll drink, they'll go out to eat, you know, they'll do stuff like that. They have a very like in and out type of friendship. So I'm not saying it's fully locked down anymore. It's actually, they've grown apart in some ways. But like I said about Ariana, she tends to separate from her friends. Not easily all the time, but she does separate from her friends, and she can detach, and a lot of friends don't like that she does that, because when she detaches, it's like she doesn't care about you, you know. But then when she comes back, she's like, hey guys, like, oh my god, hello, you know. It's like that warm-hearted energy. And then they're like, oh, well, maybe she never had a problem with me. And then they're finding out also, too, allegedly, they're finding out from other people that Ariana was mad at them. Or, like, because Ariana will talk to her other friends, or she'll talk to certain people. But like I said, guys, this is if she's mad at you, which is not the best, okay? This is if she's mad at you. And then this is if, you know, she doesn't feel like you guys are going to be friends anymore, and she doesn't care if it gets back to you. Most of the time she does care, but she tries to be careful with who she tells things to. But yeah, Zach on the other hand is a lot more sloppier with who he becomes friends with. You know, Zach is Ariana's more guarded and careful and calculated with who she talks to about people. And especially if she's mad, and she has gotten mad at Zach in the past, allegedly, not like super angry at him, but kind of like has distanced herself a little bit, you know, but they've come back and they've been stronger on some instances. But it could also be that Zach didn't like, because like I said, he doesn't like when she detaches. So remember when I'm saying that, okay? So I think maybe Zach takes it personally when Ariana detaches, or when she goes off and does her own thing, because Ariana has other friends that pull at her, and Zach really is connected with her in this way. Like, I feel like Zach is more connected with Ariana and takes things a lot more personally when Ariana does things than when Ariana, you know, does things with him, because she's not as attached to him. That's what I keep feeling, guys. But like I said, we'll see what happens. Positive movement forward. I feel like they're gonna overcome this. They probably have already talked. Like I stated, guys, they probably have already talked. And, you know, Zach apologized for, you know, anything that may look sketchy, or, you know, anything that, you know, they're moving forward is what I'm already seeing. They're moving forward. The crown chakra is in the reverse, saying that not listening to what the public is saying. They're locking down on their friendship, and, you know, had a conversation, talked it out, and they're moving forward. Ariana's like, you know what? I don't have time for this. Ariana's busy. As we know, Ariana is going to come out with a tour. You know, she's got Wicked, she's got her Rem Beauty line, she is dabbling more into her acting chops, you know, she's got probably more movies, her fragrance, you know, shit like that, like stuff like that. Ariana's like, I said shit, guys, because she's like, I don't have time for this shit. Like, I literally hear Ariana go, I don't have time for this shit. Like, oh my god, you guys are always making up something about me, or like, I'm always like, I always hear Ariana's voice so clearly, guys, when I read on her. But she's like, I don't have time for this shit. Like, you guys are always like, you guys are always making up something. Like, you guys are always making up something. Like, oh my god. Like, when am I gonna catch a break? You know, like, that's like what I heard her say, like, intuitively. Like, you guys are always making up something. Like, or there's always something coming out. Like, there's always something. There's always something. That's what I keep hearing her say. Guys, we'll get more into her energy. This is so far the overall energy of Zach and Ariana. So let's see how they feel about each other separately. So guys, the first question I want to read on is, how does Zach really feel about Ariana? Okay. Queen of Swords. Okay, Ariana's already coming out as the Queen of Swords, guys. The Queen of Swords, in other people's energy, she came out as the Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Swords, I read the Queen of Swords as somebody that is definitely, when she's upright, she's very loyal. This is Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini energy. So if you are an air sign, you can relate to this energy. But this is how Ariana moves with him so far. So Zach is seeing Ariana as like somebody that is fair. When she speaks, she wants to, like, Ariana is mad, okay? Ariana is fucking pissed, bro. She's pissed. Like, she's like, I don't have time for this shit. Like, that's what I keep hearing Ariana say. I don't have time for this shit. She's pissed. As we can imagine, right? We can tell. Like, if somebody spoke out against your friend, guys, like, you would probably feel this way too. But, you know, especially when you know that they're a good person, or you feel like they're a good person. Now, keep in mind, guys, this is how they feel about each other. So even if people are saying, well, Ariana's a bitch and she's catty and this and that, or Zach is this way and he's like this is not how they feel about each other so far. Zach is seeing Ariana as the Queen of Swords, a woman that is very fair. She speaks her mind. Yes, she can be detached, and he doesn't like that. She can be cold at times, but when she's trying to get her point across, she's brutal at times. She's a Cancer. Cancers can be very blunt. They can be very blunt. They can be very emotionless. And this is something that Zach sees about her. He does see the negative things about Ariana. He does see that she can be emotionless and, you know, allegedly, and do things for herself. And there are things about Ariana, allegedly, that Zach does not like the fact that she moves on from friendships very quickly. She doesn't get attached to people. There are times where she does, but mainly that's when she's in a relationship. She gets attached to her relationships. Ariana does care about her friendships. She's very loyal to some people in her camp. But also, the Queen of Swords is a woman that's very calculative. Like, so even with her loyalty, she only gives her loyalty, her opinions, her energy, she only gives that to a certain amount of people. She doesn't trust people very easily, and she keeps her circle very small, even if she's very friendly, which air signs, if you guys are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, you can relate to this. You guys may be friendly with people, but you don't care about them. Like, they're just like, not that you're a mean person, but you know who to care about and who not to. And Zach's the opposite of that. Zach tries to, even though he does have his guard up, he does like overextend himself to a lot of people, you know, as far as like people around him in Hollywood, you know, and even in his friendships, like he tries to be nice to everyone, whereas Ariana's like, she'll be cordial, but if she doesn't like you, you will be able to tell. You will be able to tell. Ariana, I'm exposing you. You will be able to tell if Ariana does not like you. And also too, he sees her as somebody that stands on her morals and her values. Very, she affirms. Okay, that's what I keep hearing. She affirms. Guys, I do want to pay attention. Like, I am paying attention to this moon back here. So that is telling me that Ariana is very secretive. As we know, she has a Cancer. The moon is ruled by Cancer. So that's not, you know, that's not a coincidence that I'm pointing that out. I feel like Zach loves having fun with her. He feels like Ariana knows how to, allegedly she'd be drinking and she gets down and she knows how to party. He likes going out with her. She's like a good friend to go out with at night. I don't know, that's what I'm getting from him. He feels like at night, you know that song, The Freaks Come Out at Night? Like, why do I hear the song The Freaks Come Out at Night? I hear that song with Zach. I don't know, Zach is all into music, so I'm probably going to be hearing a lot of like music to equate, you know, Ariana's energy to how he feels about her. But I keep hearing him say the freaks come out at night, so I don't know what the fuck that means, but okay, Zach, whatever. The freaks come out at night. Okay, Ten of Cups reverse. Okay, there's been some problems. Okay, Zach, there's been some problems. Now, Zach has heard a lot of, you know, I feel like Zach's not happy with the place, or he hasn't been happy with the place that they're at in their friendship. There are times where he's not happy with their friendship. Okay, I've already stated that. There are a lot of times where Ariana has pissed him off, and he hasn't expressed that. Zach, you need to express your emotions to her. Stop going to other people and talking shit, bro. Okay, like, I'm hearing you're doing that. You're the fake friend. But, you know, everybody wants to say Ariana's the bad person. Yes, Ariana does have things that she's working through. She's a human. Okay? And by no means, just because I like Ariana, that doesn't mean I'm defending her. I don't like some of the things that Ariana does, allegedly. Okay? Like, she's a Cancer. Cancers can be hella toxic. Like, let's be real. Like, very secretive, very private about the things that she, you know, she's doing. And the way she moves, the way she is with her friendships. A lot of times, a lot of people are way more there for Ariana than she's there for them. Okay? You have to either be the dude she's messing with, but even then, she be in and out of that. She doesn't like attaching herself unless there's some type of, like, benefit. And she, like, and by that, I mean, guys, not even, like, physical benefit. It could be an emotional benefit. She's an emotional woman. Like, even though she hides it, okay? The Queen of Swords is somebody that tries to put on a front, like, oh, I'm not emotional, I don't give a fuck. You know, like, you didn't get to me. You know, they keep a poker face, say they keep it pushing. You won't know that you pissed them off. This is how Ariana appears to a lot of people. But Zach sees her deal with her depression. He's heard about her dealing, allegedly, with her depression, her anxiety, a lot of the things that she's been overcoming. You know what I mean? I keep hearing that there has been some worry in the past. I think Zach has allegedly a very vengeful side. I don't know if he's wanted to expose Ariana allegedly in the past. I don't know if there's been some, you know, I feel like one of them feels like the other one was, like, gonna expose them, or they were worried about them getting exposed or something. Because I'm feeling like this is more so Zach, like, maybe he's thought about allegedly exposing her for things that she's done, or he exposes her to, like, friends, like we've talked about. So yes, I am feeling that there is some form of Tana telling the truth about Zach doing this, okay? Like, the only reason I say that right now is because of the Ten of Cups reverse. and the fact that Ariana is coming out as the Queen of Swords upright in his energy. Now, this is, you know, Zach didn't say any of this, guys. This is all alleged, okay? I have to say this. All alleged for entertainment purposes only, okay? But that's what I'm hearing, is that Zach isn't always happy with the way things go with him and Ariana. And he's gotten really upset at her in the past for things that she's either said to him or done. He feels like she's mistreated him in some ways, or maybe has mistreated like certain friends that he has. And he's been trying to turn a blind eye to it, because he's like, well, it doesn't affect me. Like, her and I are still cool. We're still friends. So I really don't care, you know, in a sense. And I feel like a lot of his friends, or some of his friends, have gotten really upset about this, or like friends that Zach was about to make. And when they go to bring Ariana, Zach is like, oh, yeah. Like, maybe he'll engage with conversations too, is what I'm hearing. He'll engage in conversations talking about Ariana, allegedly. Zach is really worried, guys. Zach is very worried that this is gonna ruin his friendship with Ariana, because I don't know if there's something going on behind the scenes, as usually there is. There's more than we realize that's going on. But I got the Nine of Swords in the upright in Zach's energy, indicating that he's been up, like, worrying about this, or he was worrying about this, like, a lot. Like, he feels, and it is talking about, if you guys, I want you to pay attention to the mask in the girl's hand. I don't know if you could see that. I want you guys to pay attention to that. Now, the way Zach feels about Ariana too is that with the Queen of Swords upright, the Ten of Cups reverse, okay guys, and the Magician reverse. There is, I'm going to be very careful when I say this, but I've been saying it. Zach feels like Ariana allegedly is, or she can be very two-faced, okay? Like, she can smile in your face and be one way with you and then turn around and backstab you or talk crap about you. And so because of that, Zach feels allegedly like, you know, he has every right to talk about her when she pisses him off or when he hears things. So there's also some form of other people feeding them false information in their friendship. And Zach a lot of times has to filter, what he believes about her. Also, what Ariana has told him, okay? Because there is a lot that Ariana has opened up to him about. She lets down this mask. When Ariana is around Zach, she lets her walls come down. She becomes completely a different person. Like, we don't, like, this Ariana that we're seeing, yeah, you guys know, I will say it, it's not real. I'm sorry, it's not real. And, you know, allegedly, and Zach knows that, and so, like, he does his best to protect her image, okay? The Nine of Swords is, like, talking about, in this deck, it's talking about, I have to protect you from the public. I have to protect you from my friends. I have to, you know, it's like, I just keep getting this image of, like, Zach picking, you know, those little claw machines, guys. I keep getting this image of a claw machine picking Ariana up and, like, putting her away in, like, a little box somewhere and, like, hiding her from the world, because Zach has seen Ariana go through a lot of mental breakdowns, or she's called him on mental breakdowns. Maybe allegedly was drinking when she called him. So Ariana has opened up a lot to Zach. We can see that as well, you know, from their relationship. But because of that, you know, Zach feels like it's his, you know, it's his duty to protect her, you know. But behind the scenes, Zach does get caught up in people saying things about Ariana sometimes. He knows that. He knows that he gets caught up in the gossip about her. He gets caught up, especially, you know, in the past when there's been, you know, problems. So I'm seeing that Zach will mainly talk about Ariana when he's mad. And that's usually what happens, guys. You gotta watch talking to your friends, talking to people when they're upset. That's when how they really feel about you, that's when that will come out, is when you guys are arguing, or there's some type of, you know, maybe it's not even arguing, maybe there's some type of disagreement, or maybe, you know, a lot of this is stemming too from, because Zach has a lot of friends too, and a lot of this on his end, he's been with the Magician in the reverse. He's been not as open anymore about his friendship with Ariana because of the ways people have came at him and, you talk to him about Ariana. Like, why do you go so hard for her? She doesn't care about you. She talks crap about you. She does this allegedly. Like, people have came to Zach and said that. So there's a lot of he say, she say in their friendship. There's a lot of people jealous of their friendship. And Zach he knows that. And that's something that he considers. So he puts on this mask too. Like, well, I'm going to act like I don't like Ariana, allegedly, is what I'm getting. Zach, like, lies to his friends. And, like, for instance, I'm hearing, like, if they have a fallout, Zach will act like he doesn't talk to her anymore. But low-key, he's made up with her. He's talking to her. So he's very private with his friendship about her. Even the only times he doesn't get private is when she upsets him. Okay, but Zach will just start talking, and he talks a lot. Okay, he does talk a lot. I'm hearing that he does talk a lot. So how he feels about Ariana too, he feels like, Ariana doesn't always put a lot of energy into their friendship or like the connections of others. Another thing too, guys, okay, one thing I want to address is Ariana tends to make friends. She does this thing where she will make friends with you in the moment, okay? Especially if she needs you to promote her stuff, which she knew that Zach will be happy to promote. So Ariana benefits a lot. Remember I said Cancers will do this thing where they are like, I benefit from you, right? We all do that, yes. But Cancers do it in a way where it's very sneaky and you don't realize they're doing it. Because they really feel like they're your friends, right? They're very good at that. They're very personable. They're very emotional. They're very intuitive. So that makes you feel like, okay, like we're on the same page. I trust them. I'm learning to trust them and they're trusting me. But that's not really what's happening. So Ariana likes to use allegedly Zach to promote her business. Zach doesn't mind. Okay, Zach doesn't mind doing that for her. But their connection it's mainly like, it feels like it's more of like a friendship where they benefit spiritually and business wise. That's what it feels like. There's not a lot of bad blood. Yes, they've had they're human, they've had their fallouts, but they don't put a lot of effort unless it's for business opportunities. And there's something coming, like a project, or Ariana with the Magician is working on something. She'll utilize Zach's platform to promote herself, to make herself look a certain way, right? Because she knows that Zach is going to do that for her. She knows that Zach is going to listen to her. But look at this card, guys. I want you to look at this card, 9 of Cups. This is talking about that they drink together. Look at this. Yeah, they drink together, they have fun. Zach, Tana, I mean, there might be something to what Tana was saying. I don't really care for Tana's energy, but there's something to what she was saying. I'm going to look more into Tana's energy, but there's something to what she was saying. Zach definitely starts talking, but he does that with a lot of his friends. It's not just Ariana. Zach is that type, allegedly for entertainment purposes, guys. Zach is that type that will just start talking shit. And he'll do it sometimes in a jokey way, like, man. So guess what my friend did today? Like, she fucking tripped on the sidewalk and like ate shit. Like, he's that type of friend that will just start spilling like when you do something stupid, or like you say something stupid, or like a funny memory that he has of this friend. And sometimes the friends are like, no, Zach, why you need to say that? Like, that wasn't needed, but thank you. Like he doesn't mean it in like a harmful way, but a lot of times people take it that way. If they don't know him, like if they're not like really close to him and they know that he doesn't mean harm, because Zach can come off, a little bitchy, a little bit, and he's working on it. I feel like he's working on it. Let's look at Zach's chart. Okay, guys, oh my god, no wonder I'm getting this energy from Zach. Yo, okay, let's check out Zach's birth chart. Okay, guys, you guys are gonna gag. If you know how to read a birth chart, you guys are gonna gag. His sun is in Taurus. His moon is in Virgo. His Mercury is in Aries. His Venus is in Aries. And that Mars is in Leo. Yeah, don't piss him off. Like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about, that vengeful side, that moon in Virgo being calculative with his emotions, keeping his emotions inward, not really understanding how to express those emotions. I'm sorry, but Virgo moons, you guys are not the best at expressing your emotions. You guys are good at handling communication about other people's emotions and talking about, you know, what they need to do to get out of their situation, to fix the situation that they caused themselves to be in. You guys are very good at zeroing in, Virgo moons are very good at zeroing in on those details about people and how to fix their life, right? But then he has that Mercury in Aries and that Venus in Aries too, and as well, and his Mars is in Leo. Now, I was going to say Aries and Leo both are the signs of about themselves, okay, and doing things to benefit themselves. So yeah, it's talking about too with his chart that Zach plays along with a lot of the stuff that Ariana says, a lot of the stuff that she does. I already talked about this. He plays along with it, and a lot of people don't like that Zach does this. Like, he will call her out sometimes if he feels like she's in the wrong, but he doesn't really like doing that all the time because he enjoys their friendship. He benefits from their friendship a lot. As we can see with him being, you know, being in his field, a podcaster, and you know, this is just half his chart, guys. I'm not going to get into the rest of it, but this is already the energy. It's that Aries and that Leo. That Aries and Leo make him very gossipy, and when it's channeled incorrectly, guys, that's what I mean when I talk about these signs. When the energy is channeled incorrectly, Aries and Leos can be very much self-absorbent, narcissistic, and, you know, about the appearance of things, about the look of things, and the shock value of things. So Zach, in a way, is being entertained by this. It's like, he's like, it's so funny, you know, Tana, that you're speaking out about my shit, when you've got like a lot of demons in your closet and you're trying to come for my friendship and ruin my friendship. So I'm really curious to see, guys, how Zach moves with Tana. I'm not so much worried about Ariana. I'm curious as to how Zach is going to move with Tana now. Because since Tana spoke out against him, he don't play about that. So Zach seems like he's very mild-mannered and he's level-headed and he's sweet. But don't piss him off, man. This is the energy I was getting from him in the beginning. That Aries and that Leo, he's very vengeful and he will embarrass you. So I'm curious if Zach is going to come out and try to embarrass Tana in some way. Or if he's allegedly behind the scenes doing stuff to mess with her career. Or if he knows people that will mess with her career or fuck up her life in some ways or another. Like, I'm really curious. Not to, you know, he may not do this, guys. I'm not trying to expose him or anything, but he may not do this. But I'm saying, yeah, like he's very like, with that Aries and that Leo and that Virgo, he don't play, okay? Like, so I'm really curious, like what's gonna happen. Like, people take Zach as all bark no bite, and he can be like that, yes. But if you really piss him off, oh my god. And Tana is really pissed him off. Like, he's like mad. So yeah, I'm curious now how Zach is gonna move with Tana, guys. But anyway, like, as far as the way he feels about her, like, he loves working with her. He loves, you know, going, like, I feel like they have this like playful banter. They go back and forth. They joke a lot. They poke fun at each other. They're very bitchy and catty with each other. I feel like, you know, they call each other real quick and just say some like rude ass shit to each other sometimes. I feel like, or some joke, or like they're like, hey, like, they'll send each other like, you know, stuff on, like, they're that type of friend. When they do connect, you know, maybe they'll send each other videos that are funny, you know, that make fun of each other. Like, there's a lot of like inside jokes of making fun of each other is what I'm saying. And, you know, they don't take their friendship very seriously. It's not one of those friendships, like, yes, they have that spiritual connection, I'm seeing, but it's also very like combative and bitchy at times, and there's a lot of tension. It's sometimes funny, you know. It's being in the room with them, being in the room with both of them, it can make you feel really uncomfortable because they have like a lot of inside jokes. And I feel like we saw that in Zach and Ariana's interview with each other. We kind of saw that like little playful banter amongst each other. But even in my cards, guys, is talking about they have that type of friendship. The Two of Pentacles is talking about they love working together. They love, you know, going out and spending money. I don't know if they both spend money on each other. You know, they didn't really talk too much about their friendship, guys, but, you know, you can get that vibe. You get that sense. But, yeah, I don't feel like their friendship is for publicity. I would say that. You know, I don't feel like their friendship is fake. You know, I feel like they are that type of friendship, though. I will stick with what I said, that when they link up, you know, they can be annoying and high schoolish, you know, allegedly, and it can be, you know, hard to be around them. You know, some people, obviously, there are those people that enjoy being around them. But yeah, the way Zach feels about her even more, like what I was saying, is that he loves having fun with her, drinking. She's more of like a friend that he enjoys going out with, working with in leisure time. But she's not somebody that he fully has bonded with on a, like, the way he's thinking they bonded. Okay, now I'm saying this, but Zach feels like there's a spiritual connection, there's a spiritual bond. Ariana feels the spiritual bond between them. We'll see what she feels when I pull on her. But so far from Ariana's energy, I'm getting that they go to each other for more of like spiritual advice, and that's still, you know, cool, you guys. Like, that's still deep in some ways, but you know, they quickly can get irritated with each other and just be like not on the same page. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, Zach feels like their friendship has grown in some ways, and he feels like despite some of Ariana's bad qualities, he can overlook those things. And his connection with her means more, and her business, of course, because he's a Taurus, his business with her means more to him than like petty arguments, or like, he sees the bigger picture of their friendship, and he tries to not take things personally when she does things, but he does see when she is in the wrong, and it does bother him sometimes. But she's that type of friend where he does allow her, even though he can be a friend that, you know, it's weird. I feel from Zach's energy, now that I'm looking at his chart, guys, I feel like he is that type of friend that will confront his other friends and be blunt and also like passive aggressive. But he will confront his friends or his family about stuff, you know, or his boyfriend. He'll confront, but it takes him a while, you know, and maybe he does it when he's having a good time and, you know, allegedly drinking, whatever. Maybe that's when he, you know, releases that energy. It's not in a healthy way, but that's when he releases that energy. And maybe Ariana, guys, will see, but maybe Ariana knows this about him. Maybe she is not surprised. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm seeing that on his end, he tries to not get emotionally connected to her because he knows that she detaches very fast. She's busy doing other stuff. She doesn't have a lot of time to be connected in the ways that he would like her to be in the past, but he's worked through moving on from that, and he does his own thing and she does his own thing, or she does her own thing. You know, I'm seeing that they're still cool on his end. They're still cool on his end. So he's more so mad at why Tana spoke out and stuff like that. So he's also a little nervous about if Ariana, you know, wants to still be friends with him. Without further ado, let's see how Ariana feels about Zach. Guys, I told you. Ariana knows Zach's like this. She knows he's like this. Seven of Swords in the reverse, or Seven of Swords in the upright, excuse me. Seven of Swords in the upright, guys. She knows he's like this. The Seven of Swords talks about sneaky energy, keeping your distance from that person. Depending on, of course, guys, like what is around the other, like what the other cards, guys, are telling the story. Now, you know, other cards tell the story that add to what you're talking about, right? So we can't fully go off of this, but so far, you know, Ariana with the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Swords is about betrayal, okay? It's about being sneaky. It doesn't always mean that. It can mean, you know, just kind of distancing yourself and going off and doing your own thing. It could also talk about, because it is the sevens, appearing one way to someone when you're not, and putting on a false mask. And if you guys remember too, when I pulled in the overall energy of them, I talked about how Zach feels like Ariana wears two faces. You know what I mean? Well, Ariana feels like that too. They both feel like they both can't trust each other in some ways, but they are aware of each other's toxic energies. And I feel like they use each other to better each other. It's kind of like a sounding board for each other. Like Ariana knows too that Zach isn't always like the best friend, but she'll go to him to like vent about stuff because she needs his opinion to better herself as a person. And then Zach, I feel like, does the same thing, because if you guys remember, I got my spiritual bond. So if you guys remember, I got my spiritual strength card. Okay, I said spiritual bond. It's talking about they use each other to better their spirituality, to, she's like that person that checks in with him and is like, hey, how are you doing? Are you good? And then they start going on this like spiral of talking about like, God, anything spiritual, maybe conspiracy theories, stuff like that, or spiritual stuff that they saw on TikTok or Instagram, whatever. Or there's some type of connection where they feel like they've met in a past life, or that they've been soulmates in another life. Like, it's that type of connection. It's a very spiritual connection, but it doesn't go past like, and yeah, we can consider there being some emotional bonding, of course, like trauma bonding. Ariana, of course, does a lot of trauma bonding. I'm seeing that with Zach. She trauma bonded with him. And Zach trauma bonded with her. And a lot of times when you try to do that from a spiritual place, we know this, it doesn't work. So yeah, they try to use each other in a spiritual sense to elevate, but they're not quite doing it correctly, is what I'm hearing Spirit say. So it's like, yeah, you guys are talking about spiritual stuff and you're talking about elevating and being better, but like, who's really doing it? Like, who's really putting that work in when it comes down to it, and people hold you guys accountable and test you and put you to the test of what you guys talk about. Are you about it? And so like, they're both not really about what they say they're about, allegedly, is what I'm hearing, guys. So the Seven of Swords is indicating that Ariana allegedly does not trust Zach. She does not trust Zach. She keeps him at a distance. Now that makes sense, guys, why she came out as the Queen of Swords in the upright in Zach's energy. The Queen of Swords, also, I didn't say this, but the Queen of Swords is a woman that is very distrustful. Okay? She's very distrustful. Gemini, Aquarius, and Libras. Libras can be a little trustful at first, but not quite. They make you seem like, they make you think that they're trusting you, but they're really assessing you and moving accordingly. You know what I'm saying? And actually, Ariana has a Libra moon. She has a Libra moon. So she operates a lot from her Libra and her Virgo, because Virgo is ruled by Mercury, which is the thought process, the communication that we receive and we give to other people, and how we phrase things and what we seek as far as like knowledge, right? And how we go for our higher sense of learning. Okay, so Ariana does not trust Zach, basically, is what I'm saying. She does not trust Zach. She feels like he's deceitful. He says one thing and does another, but she already knows this about him. So this stuff coming out about Zach, Tana saying this, Tana, you're thinking that you're leaking some fun information about them. Guess what? Ariana already beat you to the punch. She knows that. She knows that, bro. She knows that he already does this stuff. That's why she moves accordingly. That's why she came out. That makes so much sense, guys. That's why she's coming out as the Queen of Swords in Zach's energy. And that's why, too, allegedly, there's been a lot of misunderstandings with Zach and Ariana, because Zach tries to get super, super close with Ariana. And she's like, yeah, we can be close in this way, spiritual-wise. I like you in this way, because she categorizes. I talked about that in Ariana's last reading, about her Cancerian energy categorizing, and Gemini, sorry, that was more of Gemini energy I was talking about. But also, Ariana, they like to use people, I said, and keep it pushing, right? So Ariana categorizes too, like she'll put you in this box. I think this is also too just a human thing, but like, Ariana, like, I feel like Cancers are very good at doing this. They don't waste their energy or their emotional state on people as they get older that are moving shady with them. They begin to become better at deciphering who to give their emotional healing to, because Cancers heal us emotionally, right? They heal our spiritual intuition. They heal our inner child, so there's still a lot of things that Zach is working through as a child that were done to him when he was younger, that Ariana has helped him through. And same for Zach. Zach has helped Ariana's inner child in a lot of ways. So that's good. I'm glad to hear that. But as far as them, moving in more of a positive, non-toxic direction, I'm not seeing that, guys. I'm seeing a lot of people don't like being around them. They're very, like, I don't know how to explain the energy, guys. It's like I feel it, but I don't know how to explain it. But you guys kind of get what I'm saying, right? That friendship that you want to be a part of, like, oh, cool, like when you enter into a friendship where two people are already bonded, and you know, you feel like you don't really fit in. They kind of have that high school friendship. Well, we don't know you, so we're not going to talk to you. You know, it's that. Or we're going to, like, you know, talk shit about you to each other. It's like they don't use, it's like, cool, you guys are bonding spiritually, but you're not utilizing this energy to elevate and grow. You know, so I'm not saying that Ariana or Zach, they're bad people. It's like together they're not the best when it comes to being friends. Okay, they don't elevate each other. I don't feel like, guys, that they elevate each other, you know, in the best way. So the Fool card too is talking about in the upright, like, she questions. See, this is the type of crap that might get me in trouble. So Ariana, allegedly, guys, for entertainment, the Fool card talks about Ariana feels like Zach doesn't move correctly. Okay, she feels like he could be really dumb with his decisions. This is probably more of in private, the way he moves in private, because we don't really see Zach outside of, you know, podcasting, right? We don't see him outside of doing interviews. But with the Fool card, she loves that he takes risks, you know. She loves that he doesn't care and he takes a chance on people, even if they're getting bad coverage or whatever, bad, or people have said bad things about them. He tries to give you the benefit of the doubt, and he tries to hear you out. He tries to come to you with it instead of going, you know, to other people. Like, he does have good qualities, like, as far as doing that. And that's something that she really appreciates about him. Like, he won't just take, you know, anybody's word for it, you know, that are in his immediate, or sorry, that aren't outside of his immediate camp. So the Fool card is talking about, she feels like Zach can be very, like, you know, you guys can equate the Fool, like, dumb in what he says. And he doesn't think about how his words will cause people to think something different from what is actually the truth. So, you know, Zach may say things that he doesn't mean. He may say, and he does have Aries, okay? He has Aries and Leo, and he has a fire Mercury. So he says things and does not care about the consequence of what he's saying. And Ariana doesn't like that. And she feels that can be construed as being, you know, not a good friend, or, you know, you just say anything. You just say anything, dude. Like, chill on what you're saying, you know. So that's caused Ariana to be a little, like, nervous in the past with moving with him. Now, this is past energy, guys. This is past energy. This is not how she's currently feeling about him. These are things that she's had to work through and with him, and probably they have had, you know, fights about this and conversations about this in the past. Because I did get my Five of Pentacles reverse, okay? I did get my Five of Pentacles reverse, which is talking about, you know, moving out of some problems that they were having in the past, you know, conflict. The fives talk about, I talked about with the Five of Pentacles, desolation, you know, and, you know, shutting someone out and not being forthcoming, not being so quick to tell them things, being guarded with them. You know, in a friendship, it can mean that. Not being giving towards them. It could be financially, because it is the Pentacles. So it could be financially, or even your energy, like your time. Like, that's valuable, right? She's just very selective now with how she moves with him, because this has been an ongoing thing where she's heard, because remember, guys, I said people have been in their ears. Like, she's heard other people warn her about Zach, or like, hey, just be careful, like, I hear he talks shit. Or, you know, Ariana has already been told stuff like this, but she's not that type of friend where she will immediately cut you off because someone is saying something about you. She's not like that. You know, has she done that in the past by maybe a reputable source? Possibly. You know, I'm not going to say, you know, that's crazy to say that. But with Zach, I'm just saying with Zach, she hasn't done that with him. If she has removed herself or been detached from him, it's because she didn't like something that he was doing or the way he was moving. I'm curious. I am seeing there's questioning, okay, guys, with if Ariana wants to still do interviews with him because of this. So I don't know if this is pushback more from her team, if her team is telling her to separate herself from him, from doing interviews. I don't think this is Ariana's energy. This could be her team's energy, telling her not to, you know, be careful with working with him, or like friends, like I said, or like, you know, maybe, like I said, her boyfriend Ethan is telling Ariana to be careful with him. Maybe, you know, Ariana's mom or brother is telling her to, you know. But I feel like Ariana, like, I feel like Joan loves Zach. So Ariana doesn't feel like Zach is using her, though. She doesn't feel like he's using her. I want to say this, okay? Ariana feels like Zach is one of the only people that have stuck by her side. Even when she was going through a really hard time and the public turned on her, Zach called her immediately and was like, are you okay? Yeah. Like, I'm also hearing that Zach has been there for Ariana in her most, you know, hard times, okay? Because the Five of Pentacles is talking about coming out of, like, a desolate time. Like I keep saying, like a time where nobody fucked with you, or it felt that way, or you were being turned on, or people just, you know, isolated you and treated you like the black sheep. Or maybe this was people around in her family or her friendships, whatever. Maybe not her family, I don't feel like it's her family, but more so it could be her friendships or just the industry, you know, just the industry, like people turning against her. Like Zach has been the one that has like defended her behind the scenes. Like he's been defending her. No, she's a cool girl. Like even if he didn't believe it, like she's a cool girl, she's a cool person, just give her a chance. Like give her a chance. Like Zach has always like stuck up for her, is what I'm hearing from Ariana's energy. She doesn't like that Zach is getting, you know, that Tana did that, because it's like there are good qualities, even though she doesn't really fully trust him a lot of times. There are good qualities that she sees about him, that she's like, okay, like he's come through for me in this time, you know. And just because we feel some type of way about a person, guys, that doesn't mean that we don't, you know, in some ways consider them a friend. Maybe we just overlook some toxic traits that they do to other people or that they have done to us. Like maybe we make excuses for their behavior, and I'm seeing that they do that. They make excuses for each other's behavior, and because they do try to, you know, they benefit from each other. Obviously Ariana can go on his podcast, and you know, she doesn't want to bite the hand that feeds her, so she's also being careful, you know, with her Libra and her Virgo. She's being careful too, and her Cancer, with biting the hand that feeds her. So she's not going to completely cut Zach off, you know. But I am seeing that, you know, she is appreciative of the things that he has done for her. He has shown up for her, vice versa, you know. But she doesn't. There's some form of not fully trusting him, or she didn't trust him in the past. And Zach has had to try to earn her trust back, or they've had to try to work through that distrustful energy. Yeah, as I said that, guys, look, progress, Seven of Pentacles, excuse me. Seven of Pentacles, progress. My card literally means progress. Okay, I was pointed to that word. I don't really look at the words because I go off of what I'm feeling, guys, but I do follow my cards, as you guys know. But my spirit guides are, look, progress, the word progress, okay? So there has been progress. I already talked about that. My spirit guides are confirming what I said. Like, there's been progress in them both working on their friendship, okay? It's not perfect. No friendship is. It's not perfect. But, and there is some, like, catty shadiness. I'm gonna say that because the Seven of Swords, guys, would not be out here. This card literally means treachery, okay? A lot of people think that they're dumb for trusting each other. A lot of people think that they're dumb for being friends. Like, you guys don't care about each other. Like, end the friendship. Five of Pentacles reverse. This is they're in their camps, okay? But they're like, no, we've actually, like, we do care about each other, and there has been progress. Like, we are moving into a stage or a season where we're more confident in our friendship, and we have those difficult conversations. So this was a conversation that Ariana called, somebody called someone up. I don't know if somebody called someone up immediately when this news dropped, or when it came out, or they further called them. I don't feel like, maybe it was a little bit before. I don't know if they were like, I say that sometimes, guys, on my channel, but I really am not hearing they were tipped off or anything. But like, maybe Ariana saw it. She already knew the side of Zach, though. She already knew the side of Zach, but I mean, as far as it getting out, okay? As far as it getting out, that Zach is like this. Ariana's like, I know. Oh, I know. I know how he is. I know. Like, that's what I keep hearing Ariana say. I know how he is, you know? But I'm seeing that there's some form of, like, progress that has been made. Like, maturity. They have matured. It used to be not the best, but they've matured. There is some form of being mature in this friendship, or they had a mature adult conversation about the news that came out, okay? So that's good. I'm glad to see that there's been some form of communication, and I am getting good cards, guys, as far as them still being friends. Like, they are still friends. So let me see, guys. I am curious. Let me see if Ariana and Zach are following each other on Instagram. I know that doesn't really mean anything, you know, because they could be putting up a facade, or like they don't care about, you know, what's coming out, because the sevens here, guys, are talking about illusions. They are getting a lot of sevens, which, you know, is covering up, you know, we're not gonna you know, social media, we're gonna blind you guys from knowing about our friendship. We're gonna be private about it. We're not gonna address it or talk about it. You know, we're just gonna wish that it goes away. We want this to go away type shit. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, guys, so I pulled up their Instagram. I'm seeing that Ariana is still following Zach. To Ariana, she's not really like, she already knows, okay? So in Ariana's energy, I feel like she's being, like, she's annoyed, as I said, when I was mimicking her. She's annoyed about this, but it's more of like the public annoying her. It's more of like, you guys always have to come up with stuff, or someone always has to come out and say something, you know, even if it's another artist or a celebrity or influencer or whatever. She's like, somebody always has to come out and say something. I already knew. Look at this woman's face. Look at this woman's face, guys. Look at her face. I've been done on this. And then look at this woman's face. I already knew. I already know. Yeah. Like, yeah, I know. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting from Ariana. And then, oh my god, like, guys, too, look, this is even more. You guys didn't think I didn't, like, this is her look, like, you guys didn't think I knew that? You didn't think I knew he was like that? That's Ariana's vibe, bro. And you guys, I've been dead on about Ariana's energy. I've been dead on. When I said I predicted her album, you know, I already talked about this, I think, in one of my videos. I think it was Namani's video. I already talked about when the shit came out with her and Ethan. I already talked about her energy. What did she do? She dropped a whole fucking album talking about her annoyance with people, and like how she's gonna do whatever the fuck she wants, and like, you know, you guys can, you know, yes, and she came out with the song Yes and I was just like, bro, like, I knew it. Like, I knew that she didn't give a rat's ass about, because you guys remember I did her reading before Yes and came out, and her Yes and song was exactly the vibe. Yes and say that shit with your chest. Like, that's her vibe. Like, every time, like, I feel her energy, and I'm gonna show this photo I'm looking at of her, like, yes and, like, you guys you guys didn't think I knew? You guys didn't think I knew he was like that? And she's like, I even see Ariana being like, oh my god, I didn't know he was like that. Like, I see her doing that, bro. Like, I see her being like, really? I didn't think he was like that. Oh my god. Like, I see her doing that bullshit. Like, Ariana, you dumb, bro. You dumb. You dumb for that. Like, this doesn't, she knows. But that's what I'm saying, guys. They excuse, yeah, four cups, guys. 4 Cups. The 4 Cups talks about, like, you know, it's a very mopey card. Like, oh my god, like, if the 4 Cups were upright, I would say that Ariana was like, oh my god, I didn't know he was like that. Like, what the heck? Like, confirms with what I was saying. Like, 4 Cups, she's not sweating this. Like, she's got bigger things that she's worrying about. Ariana knows the toxic sides to Zach. I mean, she doesn't fully trust Tana. I'm gonna see how Ariana feels about Tana, but she doesn't fully trust Tana's opinion. But she knows how Zach is. Like, she knows that he be talking shit. He does it with other friends. She does it with him. So it's like, she thinks it's funny. Like, a lot of times, like, when Zach pokes fun at her, not saying that it's right if he's actually exposing really personal business about her, but she knows, even if he is, guys, she knows that he does that. He does it with other friends, especially when he drinks the 9 of Cups. Literally had a woman drinking. So she's not surprised. That's what I'm getting in Ariana's energy. Zach's more like, oh my god, I hope this doesn't, you know, change the opinions of our friendship. Like, Zach's into the aesthetic of their friendship and the way it appears online as well. So he's worried on a business level, like, if she will be able to do, like, interviews with him, if she will feel comfortable doing interviews with him, you know. So I'm curious if Ariana's gonna do interviews with him, you know, in the future, like, because, you know, like, I'm seeing that's something that Zach is worrying about, or his team is worrying about that. legal reasons too. They're worrying about that. Go ahead and talk about Tana real quick. I want to see if Zach really talks about Ariana when he drinks. I feel like he does with his other friends, but we're mainly talking about Ariana. Yes, he does, guys. The Two of Wands is upright. And I said, guys, to specify, I said, does Zach talk about Ariana's deepest, darkest secrets, okay, when he's drinking, when he is under the influence? Because that's what Tana claimed, right? The Two of Wands, yes, the Two of Wands is talking about, he goes, yeah, he has lively conversations. It's mainly when he's mad, though. It's mainly when he's mad. He will expose certain things. I'm going to get a clarifier just to make sure, but he will expose certain things, yes. Allegedly for entertainment. He does. Hey guys, just cutting in here. So I do want to put a little disclaimer. Like I said, this is all alleged and for entertainment. I'm really not trying to, start any rumors, or I don't want you guys to go spread hate to Zach or anything, or Ariana. Like, let's, be cordial and keep this mature. And, on my channel, I just want it to be, like, taken very, very maturely. So I do want to highlight some things that I was picking up with the Two of Wands about Zach that are positive, okay? So the Two of Wands was telling me that he will get into arguments with people over Ariana, which I have said that. I did say that he is very protective over her as much as he has been hurt by her in the past. And, he's done that out of a place of anger. You know what I mean? And when you drink, that's when the truth comes out. That's when, all of your emotions that you're hiding comes out. So these are things, like I told him, like, if you're having these problems with her, Zach, you need to just confront her and just be like, just talk it out with her. Don't go to other people about these things that I feel that you really were hurt about. So the Two of Wands too is talking about that he feels the need to defend her, that he'll get into like heated arguments over her because people will, come up to him or try him about her and be like, so what, why are you friends with her, or this and that, just like very catty and like gossipy towards him about his friendship with her. So he's felt the need to defend her a lot, and he does try to be a good friend to her. Is he always loyal? He is normally he tries to be a loyal person, okay? Especially him having that Aries, Taurus, and that Leo. Aries and Leos take their friendships very seriously. They take their connections very seriously, whether that be in a relationship or a friendship or their family. And they don't play about that. And he's a Taurus. So there is a lot of like, as much as I get mad at her and I have said these things that, low-key I'm ashamed of, and has told her a little bit about it, but he needs to go more in depth about, his pain, and hopefully he has, guys, and I'm just feeling like past energy. But as much as he, gets mad at her and has done this in the past, he's protected her just as much and been loyal to her just as much as he's been hurt by her, if that makes sense. So a lot of what I'm saying has come out of a place of like him in the past being angry with her. But I think that they're, Ariana's trying to get to a healthier space, and Zach is as well. Zach's in a new relationship, so maybe he's also thinking about, how he needs to like move better with people. It's not just Ariana. He does this with a lot of people, allegedly. So hopefully Zach, you're going to therapy about that, or you're working on that. Because I'm not judging you for it at all. Let's not judge him, guys, because all of us have been in this situation. So, like, even though I'm bringing things to light, I do want us to learn from them. They're celebrities, yes, but we can learn lessons from them. And that's what I want my channel to be about. I don't want us to, like, bash Zach or, be, like, unforgiving with him. Not that he needs our forgiveness, but that's Ariana. If Ariana wants to forgive him, that this is for her, But anyway, guys, I hope you're enjoying this reading, and let's get back into it. Bye. Yes. Or has in the past. He's trying to work on this. He's trying to stop drinking. Okay, he's trying to, not saying there's anything wrong with him having a drink. There's nothing wrong with that. That's his leisure time. Like, who the fuck are we to judge, right? But if he's mad, the Two of Wands is like arguments. Like, if him and Ariana have an argument, I would say it's if they have an argument. Or if they, which is what I talked about, if they have an argument, he will talk about the argument to his other friends, and he'll start talking shit. Like, oh my God, like, I can't believe she thinks like that. And he will start, I remember this one time when she did this to this other friend, and then he starts going in. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I'm picking up on. It depends on who it is, but he trusted Tana in the past. I will pull on how does Zach feel about Tana, but yeah. Yep. I clarified this, guys. Now keep in mind alleged, okay? Zach and Ariana are not going to confirm this, but I pulled the Magician card again in my other deck to clarify, and the High Priest. And the High Priest in this deck is about getting answers. You know, people, they know when they're arguing, because Zach will call up. You be calling up people, hey, did you go through, like that, people that know Ariana, I feel like too. Did you know, he tries to be careful with what he says, but he goes, did you go through this with this person? Or, you know, he does this with everybody, not just Ariana. But he's like, did you have to deal with this person? Like, what do they mean when they, like, he'll go and get answers from other people about that person, or, you know, just for his own conscience, you know, like he'll go to them, and or people will go to him and be like, hey, did you have this problem with her, or did this happen with you guys, or whatever, and then he'll start talking about it. But it's usually if he's in an argument or a debate or whatever it is, like it has to be something like that they went through where he's like, yeah, I don't think we're gonna talk for a long time, because they don't talk for long periods of time in the past. When they have argued, they haven't spoken for long periods of time. So he's finally getting back to a space with her where they're okay. But, you know, this took time though. They're good. They've been good for some time, but, or else she wouldn't have done that interview with him. Yeah, I'm getting a yeah. So I'm going to say yes. Just a plain ass yes. I want to see how Tana feels about Zach. Ooh. Okay, guys, as we can imagine, ooh, okay. I was pre-shuffling, and I was seeing my cards, like I had 2 cards turned upright, and these are cards I got so far. Ace of Cups reverse and the Hermit upright. Now take a look at my card, guys, with that. Look at that. This reminds me of Tana. This is Tana's energy. She does not like Zach. She does not like Zach. She feels like Zach is very, allegedly, guys, this is all for entertainment. Xana. Did they have I wanted to say Xana, guys. I wanted to say Xana. Did Zach and Tana have they had like a little, I didn't say that for no reason. I said Xana. Why did I say that? Did they have like a little, like I know Zach is gay, but like, did Tana and Zach have like a little, like situationship, like where it's like their friend, like obviously I'm not saying they messed around or anything, but like, oh, like you're my husband, like does Zach do that? I feel like he with females, like he like has like, oh, I'm your, like, I don't even know how to explain it, guys. Like for any of my gay dudes that are following me, let me know if this makes sense. But like I'm hearing Zach and Tana had this like funny like relationships. I don't know if this is a gay dude thing, if gay men do this, where they're like, oh, I'm gonna be friends with this straight girl, but we're like kind of dating, like, oh, like I'm gonna like talk to you like we're dating, and I'm gonna hype you up, you know, and because of that it like seems like we're in a false relationship, like we're in a fun fake relationship, but we would never like do anything, but we like find each other like attractive, and we talk each other up, and we hit on each other, but like we don't mean it, you know, obviously, because Zach is gay and that's not Tana's type. Obviously, even if Zach were straight, that's not her type. But, you know, I don't know, do gay men do this? Do y'all be doing that? Like, you guys link up with straight girls and you like act like y'all are in a like a relationship, but it's like funny. Like, it's like, you know, that's like the type of vibe I'm getting from Zach and Tana. Like, they used to do that, where they would like act like they're dating, but they're not. Like, no, we're just kidding, like we're totally kidding. Or like they fake like they were gonna make out or something, or like weird shit like that, because Tana has like a lot of like weird intimate connections with her friends, you know, or just like allegedly, or just people that, you know, I don't know, she has like, I'm not gonna talk too much crap about Tana because I don't want to get into her energy, you know, outside of that, of what we're talking about. But with the Ace of Cups reverse and the Hermit, Tana does not like Zach anymore, as we could tell. I mean, obviously she's speaking out about him, so there is some animosity there. But yeah, they fell out really bad. Like, Zach does not like Tana, like, at all. Like, he does not trust her, and he is like, get that away from me, allegedly. He's like, get that away from me. As far, like, Zach is like, my cards are going crazy, guys. Like, they're They fell out at some... Ooh, okay. I was questioning the Four Wands for a minute. I was questioning it. My guys were like, hold on, Sade, just think about it. Okay, so they fell out at some event or something. Like, Tana and Zach fell out at some type of, like, event. It could be, like, a party, or there was some type of, like, promise, or somebody lied to the other person about something. Now, obviously, you know, we could say that Zach feels like, you know, Tana's lying and that she's jealous. But it's saying that Tana was promised some stuff from Zach, like, or, like, behind the scenes. Like, I don't know if Zach does other things besides his podcast, if he can make moves in other ways. Maybe he, like, helps other, you know, influencers coming up, and he shows them, like, the ropes on, like, YouTube or, like, you know, TikTok or something. He's some type of, like, guide for, like, other people behind the scenes, or people go to him a lot to, like, learn how to get their social media, like, poppin', or, like, and of course, like, could use him, you know, to get their social media poppin' or whatever. But Tana wants, okay, that's what I'm hearing. Okay, Tana wanted Zach to put her on more. And she feels like, now this could be, like, maybe too, they both may have, like, the same dude. Okay, they both may have, like, the same dude. It's talking about there's some, like, competitiveness or, like, rivalry between them. Like, almost like, I want to say, like, sibling rivalry, like, as well. Like, why do I get that vibe too? But they also acted like they were, like, this is weird, y'all. Like, they were acting like they were, like, playing around, like, together playing around. But they didn't play around, but they act like that. Oh, okay. So, okay, here's what I'm hearing from Tana. I wasn't getting a clear answer yet. So, guys, so Tana, allegedly, for entertainment purposes, okay? So, Tana feels like Zach is very two-faced. We could already imagine that. She feels like he's very two-faced because he's that type of person that will be your friend when it, of course, benefits him, but also, like, he's that type of friend that will smile in your face in business, but then when you guys go to an event or you go to a party, which is why I'm hearing the Four Wands, he'll act like he doesn't know you, or he'll act, allegedly, or he'll act like you guys aren't really as cool as you try to make it sound. Like, you know, like, Tana feels like he moves very fake with her, and, like, he doesn't, you know, he's never really, like, supported her or trusted her, or, you know, he's gotten the wrong idea about her. She feels like they used to be cool at one point, but he listened to, like, certain people, because I remember I said that, you know, of course, like, Zach goes, you know, people come and tell him stuff, right? So stuff that Tana has gotten herself involved in, you know, their circles were small, and friends fell out with Tana, and Zach was like, yeah, I'm not gonna fuck with her either then. You know, even though I've had her on my show and she's cool, but I probably will have her on there for, like, shock value. So I'm wondering too if friends didn't like that Zach put Tana on the podcast, of his podcast, because I know she's came on and interviewed with him, but I haven't watched that interview, guys, because I don't follow Tana Mongeau. Like, I pulled on her one time with my Bella Thorne reading because they dated, but that's it. Like, I haven't really gotten into Tana's energy, but I'm hearing Tana feels like Zach is very fake. Like, he'll act to the public like, you know, you guys are cool, but then behind the scenes, like, he acts like he doesn't know you. But if that's for business, he'll act like you guys are cool when it benefits him. So when she was popping, he was friends with her. You know, when there wasn't controversy, he was friends with her. But now it's like, okay, well, he's casted me out because of he say, she say shit. And I'm wondering too if Zach is friends with some of the dudes that Tana has messed with, and if Zach has liked those dudes. I'm hearing some stuff like that too, guys, that, you know, there was some type of overlap with one of the dudes that they liked. I wonder if they both liked the same guy at the same time, and Tana got really mad because he went to Zach, if this man is bisexual, because it is talking about, I'm getting, like, romantic energy. Not from, of course, not from Zach and Tana, but, like, of them both liking, you know, the same people. Or it could just be friendships, them both liking the same types of friends. And, you know, other friends not being able to fuck with Ariana in that way, or other artists that Zach gets to you know, fuck with. You know, so there's some like rivalry between Tana and Zach. You know, there's always been that like falsity. You know, so Tana is just now bitter and is annoyed about it, and she's tired of Zach, you know, trying to act cool with her when he doesn't like her. You know, she's tired of it. Like, I'm tired of you, you know, just like acting like you're this cool guy when you behind the scenes are, you're an asshole. Like, I don't know, I hear her voice, like, you're an asshole. Like, nobody likes you. Like, what the heck? That's not true, Tana. A lot of people like Zach. That's not true. And she's like, and if you are cool with them, they don't really know the real you. So this is, I'm mainly picking up on Tana's energy. I kind of was talking about Zach. I kind of got away from Zach's energy. We'll pull more on Zach. So I'm going to separate the energy, guys. But I'm mainly getting Tana's energy. This is Tana coming out. She came right out. So let me see. Let me pull on Zach, how he feels about Tana. Zach is so funny. He's such a Taurus. Zach be like, I'm gonna just work with you and keep it pushing. The Two of Pentacles literally means like thank you, Tana. Thank you for, even though I'm mad, like, thank you for speaking out about this. This is good for my business. Like, this is good for my business. I will make this work for my business. I thrive on shit like this. Zach is like mad, and he's worried a little bit that Ariana is. It's more like Zach is worried Ariana is gonna believe the crap that comes out. You know what I mean? Even though Ariana's like, I know how you are. She's already peeped it. Even if Zach hasn't openly, or they haven't openly talked about it, Zach's like, I already peep it. Or, sorry, Ariana's like, I've already peeped it. I'm hearing Zach wants to, even though he's mad at Tana, he wants to talk to her, though. He wants to have, like, a civil conversation with her once he moves past his anger. And that's very Taurus. Like, Tauruses like to do that eventually. Like, once Tauruses move past their anger, even though he has that Aries and that Leo, he's a confronter. So he's like, why did you say that? Like, I'm gonna call it. So she could have, I feel like Tana too did this to get Zach's attention. I feel like, obviously, you know, she did this to get Zach's attention. So guys, I want to go ahead and get one card for how Tana feels about Zach, and one card for how Zach feels about Tana. I'm just gonna hurry up and move past this part just because this is Ariana's reading and Zach's reading mainly. But okay guys, so I have pulled two cards, one for how Zach feels about Tana, and then how Tana feels about Zach. Okay, this was pretty straightforward. Okay, let me tell you guys. So the way Zach feels about Tana is, I got the Six of Wands, which is in the reverse. So it's talking about Zach feels like he's done a lot for Tana. He feels like he's defended her when nobody like cared about her. The Six of Wands can talk about like defending someone's honor. You know, when it's upright, it's a card about pride, ego, whatever, you know, you want to call it, pride, ego. It's a card about like, you know, standing up for that person. You know, despite what the public is saying, despite what other people are saying, you believe in that person, you defend them, you stand up for them. It's not the same energy that I feel that he has with Ariana, even though he isn't the most trustworthy person, allegedly. But, you know, with the Six of Wands reverse, is talking about that Zach doesn't feel like he owes Tana any loyalty because she's never felt loyal to him. She's never felt like she's cared about him on a deeper level. He feels like, you know, allegedly that Tana plays games and that she's about clout. Just how, you know, just in the way Tana feels like Zach is about clout. Zach feels like Tana is about clout, and she'll do anything, especially when her name is being tarnished or her name is going through the mud. And he thinks it's funny that, you know, all of a sudden she's speaking out against him when the drama that, you know, I know that Tana's in some drama with Cody. So like, you know, that Cody Co situation, I know that there's a lot of drama going on with that. And so, you know, Zach feels like she's doing it to like deflect. And you know, the Six of Wands could talk about like, you know, she doesn't like success or having some type of false victory of some sort, or like winning over the public for that false sense of victory. So yeah, like and also too, I like to say the Six of Wands could talk about the public, like the fans, you guys. defending, you know, when my Six of Wands card comes out, is about when I talk about like social media or influencers or like, you know, celebrities, you know, the Six of Wands, I always talk about, you know, the public, us defending that person. So, you know, Zach feels like, you know, nothing she does or says is going to get people to like her. You know, he's like, this isn't going to make people like you. This isn't going to make people, you know, fight for you or be on your side or feel bad for you. You can't erase the past, Tana. Like, that's what I keep hearing Zach say, allegedly. You can't erase the past, through his energy, how he feels. You know, even if Zach's not saying this, I feel it in his energy of how he feels about her. Like, you can't erase the past. Like, you know, you could try to win the public over, you could try to win the fans over, or your team or whoever you're trying to impress, but nobody believes you. Nobody's going to believe your story, and or this will go away in the long run, or you're doing things just to, you know, to win the public over, or you're doing things just to win people's approval. I also take the Six of Wands as like trying to win someone's approval or win their validation. And Tana is somebody, you know, that I feel allegedly needs a lot of validation, and especially from the public. Like, she's tired of people, you know, seeing her one way when she feels like she's growing and she's not like that anymore. And she feels like, Tana feels like people keep bringing up her past when she's trying to move past her past. So I'm seeing Zach is like, I don't feel sorry for you. Like, your past isn't going to go away. You're not going to win anyone over. You're not going to win the public over. You're not going to win these artists, these celebrities, whoever you're trying to, you know, impress, to throw me under the bus because you don't feel. Damn, Zach is reading Tana down, man. Even though Zach doesn't have water, like, he got all her tea. Like, I don't know what his rising's in. I mean, it doesn't matter. You know, you guys know. You don't need water to be intuitive. But, like, you know, he knows her. He knows her. So he's like, he knows. He's like, I could expose you too if I wanted. He's like, I can expose you, Tana, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to fight fire with fire. Just because you're angry with me about some stuff that went down and you didn't get your way with me, or you didn't, you know, this is more about Tana. Now, I know that Zach's in some other drama with this other girl. I saw a pop up on my YouTube, like, he's in some drama with another girl about, I did see what that was about, guys. Like, Zach apparently, like, wanted to run like some docu-series on this girl, and she was talking about her ex-boyfriend, and he wanted to help her expose, which I didn't know this, guys. I was in the middle of my reading, you know, I had to take a little break, and I saw like that Zach wanted to help this girl expose this guy that hurt her, right? And and he was like trying to like con the public or something. So I did see that as I was in the middle of recording my video, because like I told you guys, I had to take a little break for like my lighting and stuff like that. But I saw that, so I was like, oh, okay, so this looks like this is something Zach does. He does expose people. I kept getting exposing energy, guys. I just saw that. I just saw Zach, or this girl, talk about how Zach wanted to like expose her expose the guy that she dated or something like that. So yeah, it's talking about, you know, Zach is like, I can expose you, Tana. I know a lot of drama about you. I know a lot of BS about you. So I can expose you if I wanted to. But I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to fight fire with fire. You know? So I'm curious, guys, if Zach, I already said this, but I'm curious if Zach is going to come out and expose Tana. If he's going to fight fire with fire. So we'll see. I mean, this news just dropped. I'm like, I want to say like last week from when I'm recording this. I'm recording this on July 28th. I waited a minute to record this video, as I do, guys, until the drama settled a little bit. But yeah, with the Ten of Swords, how Tana feels about Zach, okay? This is how Tana feels about Zach. This is pretty self-explanatory. She feels like he betrayed her. Feels like he betrays people. He doesn't care about his friends. He doesn't care about a lot of people in his life. Or just like in general, like, it's just hard to win his approval. It's hard to get him to be loyal to you. It's hard to get him to, allegedly, this is what I'm feeling from her energy. Tana did not say this, but it's hard for Tana to get, you know, Zach to trust people, or like, he's quick to throw people under the bus. He's quick to, you know, tell people secrets. He's quick to, even when he's not under the influence. But she literally, Tana was like, I spared you, dude. Like, I could have really went in and I didn't, you know? So I don't know if Zach called up Tana yet, but I'm hearing Tana say, I could have went all the way in on you, but I didn't. You know, surprisingly, even though I don't know what else Tana said, guys, but whatever else Tana's talking about on the podcast, I'm hearing from her energy. She went on some other podcast with some other girl and was talking about, I guess the girl brought up Zach. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she's like, I could really expose you, and I'll probably get other people to expose you as well, because I'm seeing that Tana does not fuck with Zach anymore. Zach doesn't fuck with Tana anymore. Obviously we can see that. Zach feels like she's trying to get other people to like turn against him because she's angry that she didn't get her way with him. You know, Zach feels like, you know, Tana wanted Zach to do more for her career. Zach feels like Tana wanted to use him to create more clout for herself and to turn against some friends that he had. Yeah, Eight of Swords. That's another card, guys. That's another card about betrayal, okay? I take the Eight of Swords. That's how I read the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords could talk about thinking about betraying someone, being stuck in that energy of not being able to move past something that they did to you, right? And being mentally trapped in that. And you're your own worst enemy. You're obsessing. It could be a card about obsessing over that betrayal, or obsessing over that inadequacy. And so like Zach feels, as I was talking about Zach with the Eight of Swords upright, he feels like Six of Wands reverse, guys. He feels like, of course we can say that Zach feels like, you know, Tana will do anything to get clout, and that she'll say anything to get clout, and she'll turn people against you, allegedly, to get that clout or to get her way or manipulate. Allegedly, Zach feels like Tana is a huge manipulator, gaslighter, whatever, narcissist, and he saw that from the jump with her. The energy, the Eight of Swords is clarifying the energy between them both. Now keep in mind, guys, Tana did come out with the Ten of Swords, so she feels the same way. Eight of Swords, they are both stuck in their energy of being angry at each other, resentful, not wanting to move past this grudge, and they're going to hold on to this for a long time. They do not trust each other. The Eight of Swords talks about, I don't trust you. You know, I oftentimes felt like I was in your shadow. Maybe somebody felt like they were in that person's shadow. They couldn't go anywhere without that person bringing that other person up. Or people equate their career back to that person. So this could be Tana feels like everybody equates or Tana feels like the only reason Zach gets any of anything is because people want to jump on the bandwagon with him of hating people, or vice versa. Now, I feel like Zach could feel this way about Tana as well. This can go both ways. Like, they both feel the same way about each other now. And I don't see them moving past this anger or this grudge anytime soon, because Tana, I'm hearing Zach say, like, you crossed a line. Like, you touched my friendship with Ariana. And that was, like, the one thing that he did not... This was the one thing that he did not want Tana to talk about. And she's like, I'm going to talk about it because you need to be exposed, and I'm tired of holding my tongue for you. I've been protecting you for a very long time. I don't know what else she said on the podcast, guys, but Tana feels like she's been protecting Zach for a long time. She's been the one, even though Zach feels like he protects people that he cares about from the public knowing about who they are, because Zach is he gains your trust very easily. He's that, you know, he has that Taurus energy. You know, Tauruses are very warm. They have that warm-hearted spirit. They have that, oh my God, I feel like I've known you type of energy. I feel like, you know, you're my soulmate. I feel like, you know, we grew up together. They, even if you haven't, they have that energy about them. Even in male Tauruses, they have that energy. And because of that, people trust them and start opening up to them easily. Especially, it's even more dangerous when they have water. The more you get to know Zach, allegedly, guys, I feel like people start not trusting him. I don't completely feel like Zach is a bad person, but I do feel like he has a lot of growing to do, and I feel like he needs to elevate more. And there's something, honestly, guys, there's not piggybacking off of Tana, but I've always felt like there was something distrustful about Zach's energy. And it's like, I watch his interviews, but I don't really care for his energy. Like, I didn't like it, you know? I just watch it because I watch some of his stuff because he brings on certain artists I like, right? But at the same time, Zach is like, I'm not here to be liked, you know? I'm here to do a job. I'm here, you know, to, you know, make my money, cut my check, and get the fuck on. Like, that's like Zach's energy. Like, I just want to get the fuck on, and you guys don't have to like me. The people that rock with me, And even it's taken Zach a long time to get this thick skin, though. He's going about it sometimes the wrong way, or he goes about it the wrong way. Zach's been burned so much to the point, not making excuses for him, but Zach has been burned so much to the point where he's like, why should I put you on? Why should I help you if you're just gonna use and abuse me, you know? So originally Spirit is telling me that Zach didn't, of course, like he didn't start off that way. Like he was very accommodating. He was overly nice. He was too sweet to the point where people took advantage of him. And he never trusted, allegedly, he never trusted Tana, but he tried to make peace with her because she was cool with people that he was cool with, you know? And then something about like them both being interested in the same types of dudes. I don't know, that's what I'm hearing, guys, or if they like the same guy or something at one point. The same taste in friendships or whatever, I don't know, but I'm hearing there's a lot of similarities in the types of circles that they both, you know, go in. And the same types of dudes, like, I don't know. And they used to bond over, they used to laugh at each other because of that, but now it's like a problem. Like at first it was funny and now it's a problem. So I don't know, guys. So the last question, guys, I want to pull on is what's going to happen with Zach and Ariana's friendship. I'm curious if she'll be going into his interviews now. I'm curious because I'm curious as to how Ariana's going to move now, because she's very particular with who she interviews with and, you know, who she's publicly like friends with, you know what I'm saying? Like she's cool with everybody, or she tries to be. And I've seen, yeah, as I said, that the Empress in the upright. Ooh, Ariana. I'm just gonna say this, guys. I hope that I'm wrong. Now, I've seen people ask about this on my social media. If Ariana, remember, guys, I kept saying Ariana's gonna end up pregnant. So now she's coming out as the Empress. Now this doesn't always mean that, we'll see if we dive more into her and Ethan's energy, you know, she's gonna end up pregnant, or she's pregnant. But she's working a lot, so I'm not sure, but we'll see. But yeah, Ariana is she's getting ready to be a mom, like, or she wants to be a mom, or that's been a thing for her. I don't know if she's reaching a point in her life where she really is thinking about having kids and, you know, starting her life. You know, she's accomplishing, you know, she's like, I've accomplished so much, like, you know, I need to do stuff for me. You know, the Empress is somebody that does stuff for her when she's upright. She does stuff for her. She does stuff to make herself happy, whether that be her creative endeavors, her being a mom, her starting her own family, you know, basically getting, you know, officially getting married, starting her own family, attending to her family that she grew up with, her friends. You know, she's in this very creative state. And also, but because of that, I'm wondering too if there's her wanting, if that is that energy of her wanting or thinking about being a mom or whatnot, or so we'll look more into that. But the Empress card flew out when I said her name. Okay, guys, so I got a lot of cards for whether or not Ariana and Zach will stay friends. Okay, so the energy is very chaotic. I'm not sure if Zach and Ariana, I've already talked about their energy of their friendship, but I'm not sure if, like I said, to reiterate, their friendship is like all over the place. Like one minute, you know, they're really close and they get along and they conversate, and they call each other. You know, they have their moments, of course, where there's a long, there's long moments of talking, there's long moments of gossiping and sharing, and you know, like how we friends do. We all gossip with our friends, we all talk with our friends, but yeah, I'm seeing like long periods of that, and then there's nothing, there's like silence. So yeah, Spirit is showing me that again. But to answer the question, if they will stay friends, I am getting a no. I'm getting a no. Now, if they decide to if Ariana publicly decides to do an interview with Zach, they are just business friends. They are just keeping it cordial, and she, you know, they're not going to be close. Like, so I'm not seeing like a full-on fallout. They're doing good. This is later on, guys, okay? Keep this in mind. This is later on. They're doing good right now, but I am seeing Ariana be a little weird with how she moves in the public with him. Just her being nervous to move in the public with him, just because Zach is going to start getting even more backlash for a little bit. So I see her taking, it's not going to last too long, but I see her taking a back seat for a little bit and just not really publicly claiming him as a friend. She could decide I don't know if Ariana wants to come out and talk about Zach and their friendship, but she possibly might do that. I'm not sure. Like, she's kind of up in the air on whether to do that. I'm not seeing that she wants to speak out about their friendship. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. It is weighing on her, though. It is weighing on her. It's weighing on them both, because it's like, well, we don't want people, like, they're talking about it. They're like, should we do an official video where we talk about, like, I always get this with Ariana. Should we do like an official video or an interview or something, or a podcast episode? I don't know if in the future they're going to do some type of fun podcast together. That would be dope if they did. Or like maybe Zach is going to, like, I know Zach already has his interview podcast or whatever, but I don't know if Ariana's going to come back on his podcast and they talk about their friendship and the whole Tana thing, and them turn against her and like shift the perspective onto her. Like, if they do something like that, I'm hearing them talk about something like that, like Zach wants to kind of like play on the drama a little bit, and Ariana kind of wants to do that too, because she doesn't like that, you know, Tana is coming for, of course she doesn't like that, but at the same time, I'm seeing Ariana, I'm seeing she wants to play into it a little bit. I'm seeing her and Zach kind of want to play into it. I'm curious to see if they do this. I'm curious to see if they do this, or if they do a quick TikTok or Instagram video. Like, you know, like a quick TikTok video where they're like a soundbite. You know when friends trying to, you know when a past friend is trying to link up and ruin what you got with your previous friend because they're jealous, and then they both go, or something like that. Like, I'm seeing them do like something really kitschy and like tongue-in-cheek, but you know, Ariana's busy too, like she's doing her own thing, so she's trying to see too if she even wants to give this her energy. But I'm seeing them do like a funny video, or maybe they're thinking of doing it, or maybe they're doing a draft of it or something, and if it comes out, I'm curious if they're gonna come out with this draft or something. But it's like a funny little Instagram reel or video. Like, I'm seeing them do like a quick reel, like shading Tana or something, or like, or just like the public, you know, scrutinizing. Maybe they don't directly like talk about, it's not Tana. Only Tana coming for Zach, it's like other, you know, it's that other girl, and like probably other people may come out of the woodwork and start talking about Zach. I'm sure, I feel like a lot of people don't, I already said this, but I feel like a lot of people don't like Zach, and they don't like Ariana. Like, they don't like to when they link up together, because it's like, you know, it's a thing. Like, they get petty and like gossipy in high school, so allegedly. So yeah, like, I'm seeing them like want to like embarrass her or make her look dumb or something like that. Like, they want to, like, I keep feeling it, so I'm gonna say it, like they want to make her look stupid, or like maybe like both of them write like separately, like they write out something on Twitter, or I don't know, Zach has a Twitter, I actually don't know. I know Ariana's not on Twitter anymore, so maybe hers will be on like Instagram, or like she does like I said, a video, or they do something. I see them thinking about responding to it, but Ariana's also like doing stuff. So yeah, so I'm seeing down the road, their friendship they really won't be associating too much with each other, because of maybe Ariana just doesn't feel comfortable business-wise doing things with him. Maybe it's to protect their friendship, but I'm seeing that kind of drift off and then be a lot more private about their friendship. If she does decide, this could obviously change, guys, and she'll be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go on and do an interview with him. But I'm really curious. It's up in the air, guys. I'm not getting an answer just yet on how Ariana and her team want to handle this, because Zach too and his team, they're like, okay, well, what do we need to do? You know, maybe the teams are like pushing them to like do something together and like kind of dead it, you know, so that Ariana can come on his podcast again, or his interview, get interviewed by him, because she trusts him with the interviewing stuff. Like, that's how she trusts him. And Ariana doesn't like doing a lot of interviews. They make her really nervous and anxious, and she's already getting a lot of backlash for her voice, and like, you know, so Zach is that safe space for her, and she doesn't like that, of course. Like, she doesn't like that that's getting tarnished now. It's like, well, great, like if I do this interview or do more interviews with him, like in the future, that's gonna make me look weird or bad, or, you know, I don't know. She doesn't want to not look like a girl's girl, because she already gets told that she's not really a girl's girl. And so she's thinking about that too. She's like, well, people already think that I don't like fuck with other women, so this would add more flame to the fire on that. So I'm seeing her like she's really back and forth, Libra moon up in this bitch. Like she's Libra mooning up in this bitch about it. Like she's like, should I not? Like, what does this mean, you know, for my career when I want to go and like promote myself? Like, great, you know. We may it's up in the air, guys. I'm not getting a clear answer on whether or not Ariana's gonna fuck with him publicly. I feel like there's a big chance she still will. Also too, because I saw that she hasn't, you know, while I was doing this video, I looked it up, as you guys saw. I see that she's still following him, so, and vice versa. So it's like, I don't know what she's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? She could choose to not let this affect her, and her team may say, you know, like, I would just like act like you don't care, you know. But she does care. Like, she, of course, you know, she cares because Zach is, his name's being ran through the mud, and this tarnishes her, you know. This doesn't make her look good, because now it's like, okay, well, what dark secrets? Ariana's like, dark secrets? Like, what dark secrets are y'all talking about? I ain't got no dark secrets. I'm pretty open. Like, that's literally what I hear Ariana say. Like, I'm pretty, like, what dark secret? Like, what? Like, she's like, I'm pretty, like I'm pretty open. I don't feel like you are, Ariana. You're not open. You kind of are, but not really. Like, you think you're open, but you're not. Guys, that's what I'm seeing so far with her and Zach. Let's move into her questions about her and Ethan. I'm already pulling the Empress, so we'll see what's gonna happen. I know some of y'all aren't gonna be too happy about that, but let's see what I get about her and Ethan. Okay, guys, Ariana and Ethan, what I'm seeing so far, there's a big surprise coming. There's a big surprise coming with Ariana and Ethan. I don't know if they're gonna announce something. I don't know. Oh God, please, Ariana, don't fucking tell me. No. Are you engaged? Are you gonna get engaged to him? Ariana? Really? Okay. Guys, I'm seeing engagement. Four of Wands. I'm seeing engagement. Now, I said in my past video with her and Ethan, I said that they were gonna break up, but they have not broken up. If anything, I'm seeing engagement, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, guys. I'm seeing engagement. There's a big announcement coming. We'll see if this ends up happening. Now, this could be like anything. This doesn't have to be marriage. It could literally mean that Ariana may announce she's pregnant, allegedly. She could announce, or word or rumors will get out that, now the Four of Wands could talk about like something big getting out that is a rumor, okay? Which is what I was talking about. You guys there's been people wondering if, like, you know, her and Ethan are going to stay together. If she's gonna get married to him, if there's gonna be kids or whatever. I did see that question swarming around on my Twitter. You know, guys, like I said, I say when I see things. So yeah, Four of Wands, I'm clarifying this. Four of Wands, Ariana is there's an engagement, or there will be some form of a rumor about them getting engaged if there isn't already. I know there's rumors about like pregnancy, but I'm seeing rumors about engagement, like already. They've been talking about it. They're not sure, whatever this energy is, guys, they're not sure if this is exactly what they want to do. I'm getting my Seven of Wands in the upright. Ariana feels the need to defend Ethan a lot. I don't know if she's going to come out when she does announce this engagement, or this does get out. I feel like she may try to defend Ethan, or there's gonna be some type of like drama coming up for Ariana again. There's like a lot of conflict. I don't know. Also too, guys, I don't know if this is between her and another artist, or you know, maybe it's the public again being mad at her for something. But she's gonna get there's gonna be a big thing with her again. Now, obviously it's about, you know, her and Zach right now. We are pulling on that, but I mainly, guys, keep in mind, I'm pulling on her and Ethan. So there's something going to come out about her and Ethan, and they're going to have to lock down and protect their union, protect each other. You know, yeah, but that sucks because Ariana's in the middle of press tour, so she's trying to time it. She's trying to be very careful with how she moves around Ethan, or how people perceive her and Ethan. She's trying to be very careful and like cautious about it. I'm seeing too. Okay. There's been some big argument or conflict with her and Ethan, though, so I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised that they're talking about engagement, or there's some form of like, because I'm seeing with the in the reverse Queen of Cups in the reverse. That's Ariana, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I'm seeing that she hasn't been. I don't know what she's doing. Like, what? She's not happy with Ariana. You're not happy with him. Why are you talking about? Oh my God, guys, I'm trying not to get mad at her. Ariana, why are you talking about allegedly? Why are you talking about this with him? Why are you entertaining Ethan if you don't feel this way? Like, I'm seeing you're in the reverse, so you're not emotionally attached to him. You're just like, I keep feeling this for her, guys. Like, it's like there's a part of her, literally the Queen of Cups, guys, can talk about a woman that is codependent emotionally on this man or woman. Okay, the Sun card is in the reverse, the Ace of Swords in the reverse, talking about uncertainty, misusing her. Their communication is not good. Okay, they're both not on the same page as far as communication. They both have a lot of problems when it comes to the ways that they think. And Ariana allegedly is seeing, maybe the announcement too will be that they either break up. But I'm hearing engagement. I'm hearing talks about engagement, or it getting leaked that they were talking about engagement. But I'm seeing they're not gonna last. Like, I don't know, Ariana, don't do this. Like, if you're thinking about it. I'm also seeing too, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to like calm down because I can't believe this is coming out. But I'm not surprised. Like, am I surprised? Are we surprised that this is coming out for Ariana? Are we surprised? So I had to cut the video because my battery was dying. But guys, I was getting that Ariana and Ethan were talking about engagement, or there was engagement being thrown around with the Four of Wands. Now, I am also picking up on a breakup coming. Like, I am still picking up on a breakup coming for them. But they may announce that they are engaged, or, you know, some big news is going to come out about Ariana. But when I was like shuffling more with my oracle cards, this is what I got with my tarot deck, guys. But when I was shuffling with my oracle cards, I was getting that they are not doing well. Like, harmony is in the reverse. Awareness is in the upright, solitude reverse, and the truth card are upright. So there's definitely some news that we're gonna get soon. It's like some news or some rumor. More rumors are gonna come out about Ariana and Ethan maybe getting engaged, or maybe it's this baby rumor going around is gonna get bigger. And, you know, Ariana is going to have to come out and say something or defend herself. I kept getting, like, defensive energy. I feel like I'm just going to say it, guys. I feel like her and Ethan are not doing well. Like, I feel like they're not happy. Now, if they're talking about engagement, that's kind of conflicting with the energy in which they're at right now. But I heard engagement, like, that there's been talks of engagement. Now, this could be past energy that they talked about engagement. And now that they're moving further into the relationship, it's not the best right now, or there's a lot of disharmony. There's a lot of one-sidedness. I'll look into how Ethan feels about Ariana, and I'll look into how Ariana feels about Ethan. But I'm getting there's a lot of discontentment in the relationship. I'm even getting that Ariana is not even attached to him emotionally. If anything, it almost feels like, guys, allegedly, like, it feels like she's not in the relationship. Like, she's not attached to him. I even want to say, like, possibly, I'm wondering if Ariana, this could be, like, I'm wondering, guys, if Ariana may be talking to somebody else, or she was talking to somebody else. Like, I'm wondering if her and Ethan took a break or something, or if Ariana stepped out. Allegedly, if she stepped out on the relationship, or she's been like flirting like with other dudes. This is alleged, guys, but it's talking about that she's not emotionally attached to the relationship with Ethan. Now, if it comes out that they talk about that they're engaged, or some big news, because I am getting that there's some big news that's gonna get either leaked by their teams, or, you know, leaked by their teams, or announced by their teams. We're gonna find out. You know, I feel like obviously Ariana's living with Ethan now. She's probably living with him now. But when I pulled on her, she wasn't, the last time I pulled on her, she wasn't moving, she hadn't moved in with Ethan. Like, they would, you know, stay long periods of time together. But I wasn't seeing that he had, like, officially, or she had, like, officially moved in. That I'm not saying that they were officially moved in together. But I'm obviously getting that feeling now. And but I keep picking up on some big news, but they're not doing good. They're not doing good. Like, they're not on the same page. Like, there's a lot of arguing I'm seeing. Ariana feels like she's emotionally drained from Ethan. She feels like she's detached, guys. She's coming out as the Queen of Cups reverse, like I said. Ten of Pentacles reverse, which is a family card or starting a family. It could be that Ariana's family is not happy with her being, allegedly, with her being with him. Now, I know that, you know, Ariana's been going to his play a lot. Like, in the past, she went to his musical a lot when she was off. And, you know, she was, like, showing up for him a lot. When she had some downtime. So I'm seeing, you know, that's kind of dying off, and they're not on the same page. They're not doing well. They're not moving forward. There's really no growth in this relationship. Ariana, you need to leave this relationship. I'm sorry, allegedly, you guys, for entertainment purposes only, you need to leave this relationship, Ariana. This relationship is not serving you. Ethan is not serving you at all. Guys, I'm getting that she doesn't want to stay in this relationship with him. As you guys saw, I keep getting discontentment. I kept getting, like, the truth will come out about them. Maybe they've broken up already, or they've been taking breaks, or there's been, like, a lot of distance between them. They may get back together or start planning on being together once Ariana gets back, but I don't know. I'm seeing that there's been a lot of distance between them. Now, of course, we know that with the Three of Wands, we know that Ariana, she's been traveling, she's been doing a lot of stuff, and she's been away from Ethan. So I feel like that's been hard for Ethan. He's been busy too with certain things, but he's not as busy as Ariana. Like, I feel like, you know, Ethan misses Ariana a lot. Like, every time she's away, like, he misses her. He's been having a really hard time. And I got my Devil card on the back. See, guys, they're not good together. They are not good together. My shadow side card is clarifying at the bottom of the deck that they're not good together, that this is a very toxic connection. You know, I just feel like there's some not good energy. I feel like there's been, like, control. They've been focusing on their work. They haven't really been attending to their relationship like that. Like, sometimes you know, like, they will check in and they will, like, call each other and be there for each other. I'm not seeing that they, you know, they dislike each other or anything. It's not like that. But they're growing apart. Like, there's literal distance too between them. But Ariana's moving, allegedly, she's moving like she's single. And she came out as the Queen of Cups reverse in my pre-shuffle. So that's automatically telling me, guys, that she's moving single, or she's not even considering Ethan when she does things. Or, you know, Ethan is moving single and he's not considering Ariana when he does things. Allegedly, they could both be moving this way, but I'm seeing that there's an imbalance. Two of Pentacles reverse. There's an imbalance in their relationship. Now, I am feeling like they were talking about, possibly, allegedly, they were talking about engagement in the past, or what their futures look like together. You know, there was, of course, them dating. There was them talking about that, and Ariana wanting to, allegedly, I feel like she wanted to have kids with Ethan, or she wanted to start working on having a family with him. Yeah, there's new love. There's new love coming in. There's new love coming in for them. Yep, Two of Wands reverse. They're not on the same page. They're not on the same page. Ariana, if you're talking about engagement still with this man, you are wasting your time. You're wasting your time. I'm sorry. You're wasting your time. I don't know what it is. There's something going on with them that's, I'm not saying that Ethan's a bad dude, you know, or anything like that. I mean, obviously what he did wasn't okay. Like, you know, the way he handled the situation with his ex-wife was not good. But also I'm hearing that, you know, Ethan is not good to be in her life. I don't know, like, Ariana too, I feel like she's bored of him. I feel like she's bored of him. Four of Cups upright. As I said that, Four of Cups upright. She's bored of him, guys. She's bored. The Four of Cups can mean boredom. Fucking Ariana. She's bored of him. Yeah, they're arguing a lot. They were arguing a lot. Now that she's taking some space, I don't think they're arguing right now, but she's taking space. I'm wondering if Ariana has her eye on it. Not to air her out, y'all, but Ace of Cups upright. I'm curious to see if Ariana is going to end up getting engaged to him, to Ethan. But I'm seeing she has her eye on someone else, allegedly. She has her eye on someone else, or Ethan has his eye on someone else. Maybe they both do. But they've been moving single. It's both of them. They've both been moving single. It's like one follows the other one. It's like, well, if you're going to move single, I'm going to move single. That's exactly the energy, guys, I was getting when I picked up on them the last time. Ethan is like that. He's like, well, if you're going to do that, then I'm going to move like that. If you're gonna act like you don't care, I'm gonna act like I don't care. Like, that's his Gemini. Like, okay. You know? It's like sometimes they're okay, and like, you know, if you guys see them out in videos or in public, like, those times they're doing okay, but, you know, it's kind of that thing, well, we created all this drama, so now we have to, like, live up to that image that we're doing good and that we're sticking in it together. It's talking about, guys, that their relationship is crumbling. So I'm wondering if there's going to be some announcement as far as, like, her talking about, or maybe she won't announce it, but, you know, it will get leaked that they broke up. They'll probably, I don't know, but I kept hearing engagement too, like, but I'm seeing, guys, that they're not doing good. Yeah, Lover's card to clarify, the Lover's card is in the reverse, Page of Wands, Six of Cups, reverse. I'm wondering if Ethan is rushing her. I'm wondering if Ethan is rushing her into getting married. Ethan, are you rushing Ariana into getting married? Or engaged? Or having a kid? Allegedly. Are you rushing her? I mean, she, like, there was that want, you know what I mean, guys? Like, she, at one point, I'm seeing Ariana did see that, but I think because of her work picking up so much, she's working a lot, and I think it's, you know, I'll look into Ethan's energy, because this is just Ariana, but guys, she's not invested in Ethan. She's not invested in Ethan as of right now, when I'm pulling on this. She's not invested in Ethan. She's not invested into him. Yeah, I feel like, guys, like, you know, Ariana's throwing herself into work for a reason. Like, yes, we know she has to promote the Wicked movie, but she's throwing herself into work for another reason. She doesn't want to be, allegedly, she doesn't want to be around Ethan like that. Like, as much as I felt she did before, she needs a break from him. There's been some pressure on his end, I feel, of him pressuring her, or him trying to control her, allegedly, or tell her what to do, or just being needy. Ariana can be like that too, and she likes to be like that on her terms, of course, but yeah, she's trying to move forward and not worry about it, and just, like, focus on work. I got my Chariot card upright, Seven of Wands upright, and the Nine of Swords. She's trying not to let this, like, bother her or, like, worry about it, and she's trying to throw herself into, you know, work, is what I keep feeling. And she's trying to, like, with the Ace of Wands, and she's using Ethan more as, like, allegedly as a and I got my Queen of Wands, guys. Remember I told you she comes out as the Queen of Wands when I talk about Ethan or anybody that she dates. So she moves like a fire sign when she's in a relationship. I've said that before. She moves fast. But then she'll move fast, and then she'll realize, oh my god, I'm moving too fast, I need to slow down. So she's trying to catch herself, and Ethan's not understanding a lot of times, allegedly, where her trauma is coming from, and he's trying to rush her into things that she's not ready to rush into. But we will see what comes out in his energy. But this is how I'm feeling Ariana feels towards him. Like, oh god, you're rushing me. This isn't what I want, you know. I'm not ready to be a mom to another, you know, she's not ready to be a mom quite yet, but she's getting ready. She wants to be, Ariana wants to be a mom. But I feel like, you know, Ethan is rushing her, and he's trying to rush her. And that's what happens in her relationships. Like, guys, whether you want to believe it or not, but these guys get really excited about Ariana. Yes, does she get codependent in some ways? Yes. But these guys get really excited that they're dating her, and they want to rush her, they want to trap her, and she's like, no, like, I don't want to be trapped. So Ariana starts self-sabotaging, and sabotaging, you know, of course, like, the relationship. That's why, you know, she starts, like, moving like she's single. But Ethan's like, don't pull that shit with me, baby. We got in this together, guys. Ethan's catching feelings, bro. As we can see, Ethan is catching feelings, and Ariana's on the opposite page of him. She's so hyper focused on her work right now. Like, she's so focused on other things, but this is what she does when she wants to get out of a relationship. She hyper focuses on work. I'm not saying that she can't work or anything, guys, but she hyper focuses. You know, it's I don't know. She hyper focuses to get out of her relationships. She starts sabotaging and fighting and causing problems and distancing. She's doing that with Ethan. I swear to God, she's doing it. Yeah, Ethan feels like this is about to come to an end. He's anticipating them breaking up soon. Ethan, did you... I'm wondering, guys, if Ethan proposed, or if he's gonna propose. Ooh, not me exposing him. I'm getting the high priest. I wanted to say proposed and answer. I wanted to say, like, Ethan is waiting on an answer. He proposed an answer. He's waiting on some things to get answered in their relationship. One being, is she still happy? Of course. Yeah, Ethan's very codependent on Ariana, guys. I cannot make this shit up. He's very codependent on her. She doesn't like it. She's learning in therapy not to Ariana. Guys, I'm gonna yell at her. Ariana, are you seeing the pattern? Are you seeing the pattern? Is she seeing the pattern, guys? He's ready to close out this dating cycle chapter with her. He's King of Swords. That's his energy, guys. Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. He's coming out. He's like, this is what, he's coming out as a king, guys. This is what I require. I'm not going to settle for less. He gave her some type of ultimatum, or he's giving her some type of ultimatum, or he's going to give her some type of, yeah, Ethan is wanting to go to the next level with her. He wants to go to the next level with her. Yep. He's feeling stuck, though. Ethan, why are you feeling stuck? He's feeling stuck because he's like, well, I really like her, but, you know, we're not moving forward. And, you know, she doesn't seem to, like, want to. He feels like sometimes, like, they're on the same page, and then he feels like they're not. And because of that, it's like this, you know, they're like, on the same page, guys, and then they're not. They're on the same page, and then they're not. Like, Ariana does something to, like, distance. Ethan feels like he's being a lot more consistent with her, although, like, he does have, I do see his moments of wanting to detach and, like, go within himself and figure out what's going on, because there's stuff that Ethan is trying to work on in his life, and he's trying to get his career, you know, in control. Guys, this fucking energy, I wish y'all could feel it. This energy is interesting. When I would pull on her and Dalton, guys, like, just to give you a, you know, a feel for how I'm feeling, like, when I would pull on her and Dalton, it was very black and white. I don't know, like, I could clearly tell, you know, where Dalton stood with Ariana, and I could clearly tell where Ariana stood with Dalton. But with this, with Ethan, it's like sometimes Ariana is like, yes, I want that, like, I want those things, Ethan, like, I do, but, you know, there's just stuff I have to, you know, I have to work on, and, like, you know, I appreciate that you like me so much, but, you know, like, I don't know, like, I'm still working on it, you know, like, I don't know, Ethan. Like, that's how I hear her voice, and I know she changes her voice, so I can't do her inflections, but yeah, I need to hear her more to get it down perfect. But Ethan's just like, oh my god, like, come on, like, we've been dating, because how long have they been dating, guys? They've been dating for like has it been like a year already? They've been dating for a minute, but they've been also on and off. Like, I'm seeing Ethan has been, Ethan doesn't like how inconsistent they've been, but Ariana doesn't like it either. But, like, she's just like, well, it's not, you know, yeah, they're codependent. There's some codependency. They trauma bond a lot. And I know that Ariana, this isn't a secret. We know Ariana does that with people. But I'm seeing there's a very unhealthy form of codependency and trying to prove to people that they're working and that they're making this work. But I'm seeing, guys, with the Five of Swords upright and the Four of Cups reverse, I'm seeing that they're not, there's a lot of conflict because they're not on the same page. Like, I'm telling you guys, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not seeing, because I know some people think that Ariana is going to have a kid with him. And yes, that may be, that definitely has been talked about. Now, she still could be, you know, Ariana could decide after I read on her, like, she could, after this reading, guys, she could decide, like, you know what, like, fuck it, like, let's have a kid. You know, this energy is very fluid, it could change. But as I'm seeing right now where she stands with Ethan, she doesn't like a lot of what's going on with them. I'm seeing, guys, allegedly, I'm seeing Ariana doesn't want to be, I don't know if Ariana does this thing where she wants to cheat just to, like, step out of the relationship, or, like, act like she cheated or something. I'm saying this for alleged, guys, but I'm seeing she has some really unhealthy trait of doing that. Yeah, I'm curious as to what everybody else is getting, guys, because I'm not getting that. Now, they could, like I said, they could decide to have a kid, but People are asking if Ariana's gonna have a kid with Ethan, and now if Ariana does have a kid with Ethan, I'm thinking Ethan may have trapped her, but because I'm seeing guys, I'm gonna say it, I'm seeing guys want to trap Ariana. Dalton didn't, Dalton didn't want to, he didn't do that, but I'm seeing that energy. But there were times where Dalton thought about it. Allegedly, he thought about it. So he didn't do it, but he thought about it. Now we could say, okay, well, don't you think maybe Ariana wanted to? Not really, because she's very career focused and she has attachment issues. Like, she detaches, attaches, but she attaches when the person manipulates her or makes her feel like, they're gonna like hurt themselves, because Ariana tends to get into relationships where the guy's very unstable. There's distance between them. Yeah, I'm not seeing this grow. I'll be surprised, guys. I'll be really surprised if Ariana comes out and she's pregnant with Ethan's baby, or they get engaged. Now, I did see engagement and kids being talked about, but I'm not seeing that happen yet. So maybe this will take a while for this to happen, but not saying that Ariana just doesn't want kids right now. She doesn't want kids right now. She's too focused on her career, and I don't see that calming down for her anytime soon. She's not in any state to have a kid right now. If she does end up pregnant, it's probably because Ethan, like, made her feel guilty allegedly, or trapped her allegedly. So if you guys want to believe that, it's up to you. If you want to believe it, take this with a grain of salt. Let me see if they will get married, because I keep getting that, and I know people want to know that. I'm seeing guys, them talk about it, like, or like maybe like joke, or like, oh, wouldn't that be so fun if we did that, or if we, decided to get married, or if we decided, like, they've talked about it. Yeah, I am seeing that Ethan wants to have a kid with her. He thinks about it, or they've talked about it, like it is some type of wanting to. And they don't want to, it's talking about, like I said, codependency to each other. The world card is completion. I'm seeing that there was some talks about it, and that they wanted to, or they wanted, look at this. Ariana's coming back out as the Queen of Cups in the reverse, not listening to her intuition. Ariana just might do it. She might allow Ethan to do this. Like, I'm seeing that she, in the future, has talked about this with Ethan and wants to, but not right now. She doesn't want that with him right now. But in the future, I do see her being open-minded to it. But, I'm also seeing Ariana get bored of him. I'm also seeing her get bored of him. So I don't know if she's telling him this to appease him, or if this is what she thinks she wants in her mind, because when they're doing good, they're doing good. And she does think about it. But, and she thinks about having kids with him, or there's been that desire to have a kid with him. And I feel like she's hoping that their kid comes out as a ginger. I feel like she low-key hoping that. Thanks, Ariana. That's my dream. See, because this looks like a woman with ginger hair. But I'm seeing that she, like, low-key thinks about it. Like, there's that, like, they have that desire. They've talked about it, They've talked about, being together long-term. They've talked about marriage. They've talked about having kids. Definitely am seeing that. And Ariana has wanted that with him. But I'm seeing that she's not content with him, and she's not content with him, but she's gonna stay with him for a little bit and try to make this work. And she's hoping, or was hoping in the past, that this was the last person that she was going to be with, guys. And I'm seeing that there is a possibility, I'm going to say, there is a possibility that they will end, this will be the last guy that she's with, but they need to, I don't know, I hope they're going to therapy, or they're really working on it, on themselves, like, separately still, because I'm seeing that there's a lot of codependency, and if they end up not breaking up and staying together and having kids, it's not going to be a really healthy marriage, allegedly. It's not going to be a healthy marriage. I'm sorry, Ariana. I don't know, I'm not saying you guys don't have good times. I'm not saying it's all bad, and as relationships are, they're like that. There's ups and downs, you know what I mean, guys? But I'm not seeing it that they're gonna have a kid right now, or that they're gonna get engaged. I keep feeling like Ariana's gonna keep getting busier and busier, and unless she, of course, puts her foot down and she takes a break and she decides, okay, I'm gonna be a mom, and she's gonna have to really make that change and step away from the industry. And I feel like she's so connected to her fans and like what people think about her that it's kind of hard for her to do that. Now, she did do it with music, but to completely step away from working, that's hard for her, and that's something that she's gonna have to do if she really does want this. But she feels like time is ticking and she really does want a kid. So I don't know if she's going to use Ethan just to have a kid and then be good and get with someone else. I do see allegedly her doing that in the future if she decides to see this through, because I do see the want. Okay guys, I do see the want of her wanting to have kids and be with Ethan, and hoping with the completion card, the world card, that this is the last person that she ends up with. Or Ethan, mainly Ethan too. But I'm seeing that she contradicts herself a lot. And you know why I'm feeling that is because of her Libra. Her Libra moon sometimes is like, yes, I want a kid with you, Ethan. Yes, I want to get married with you. And then she backs out. Or she gets busy or somebody else catches her attention, she backs out. And Ethan's like, what the hell? Like, didn't we just talk about how we want the same things? So I'm seeing that be a thing too. Like, it's very, like, Ariana's very confused with what she wants to do with Ethan. And, you know, I feel like Ethan too sometimes, you know, because of the way she moves. But Ethan, I also feel like is sure. But I don't know. I feel like Ethan may be pressuring her, guys. Or making her feel like she needs to do this now. Or he gets excited. Or not to fully blame him, because I do feel like Ariana leads him on in some ways. You know, and makes him think that she's ready when she's not. So Ariana, you should probably stop doing that. Okay? But yeah, like I'm seeing potential marriage and potential kids. I'm seeing that they have talked about it, and I'm seeing that that is something that Ariana wants, but Ethan is trying his best to be patient. But she keeps pushing it back, and she keeps adding more stuff that she's doing, and she's not spending time with him. And it's making him mad. Like, even though he gets busy, like, he wants to see her a lot more than he does. And this has been hard, but this is the problem that Ariana has with her relationships. Part of the problem is that she overworks herself, and her relationships, she starts neglecting her relationships, you know. So I'm not seeing that even if they do get engaged or they get married, and they have kids, guys, I'm not seeing that they'll stay together. I keep seeing a breakup for them, and I feel like they've been doing really bad, actually. But of course there are days, and there have been times in the past, especially when it was fresh, where they did talk about this stuff, and there have been constant conversations of what does the future look like, as there should be. But I'm not seeing that it's gonna go well either way. Even if Ariana does decide to take a break and have kids with Ethan and like get married, I'm not seeing that it will work in her favor, because this is not the last guy. She's not supposed to be with this dude. I don't know, her spirit guides keep telling her this, but she's not listening. Ariana, you're not supposed to be. That's why I'm making this video too. You're not supposed to be with him. Sorry. I don't know. It's something about Ethan, guys. There's something about Ethan that it just doesn't align with her. Yep. Five of Cups, guys. 5 of Cups. The ending card. So, guys, I feel like with the ending card I pulled on, if they will end up, like, let's say they do get married, right? They do have kids. There's going to be a lot of regret. There's going to be a lot of problems in their relationship. Ariana's going to be like, why did I do this? Like, I shouldn't have done this with him. Ethan's going to be the Knight of Swords upright. He's going to be actively still pursuing her, letting his guard down. See, it's a lot of Ethan putting his energy into it, and he's going to regret doing that too. He's going to regret giving her a kid. He's going to regret marrying her. He's going to regret it. Like, I'm seeing heavy regret. So I wouldn't do it if I was them. I wouldn't do it. Their spirit guides are saying that this isn't a good move for them, that they're not, it's just not a good move. And there's going to continue to be more drama in their relationship. Not in the public eye really, but more so at towards the end. And the clarifying ending card at the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. That they're going to stop giving to the relationship and being forthcoming, and there's going to be more of an imbalance and power struggle in their relationship. Okay, is what I keep hearing. And they're not going to be on the same page as with their parenting styles, and I don't feel like they'll align with their parenting styles. And also too, Ethan has to think about if Ariana even wants to blend her family with his ex-wife. You know what I mean? Because I'm seeing Ethan wants Ariana to be a part of his kid's life. Ariana's just like, I'm too busy. I mean, she has bonded with the kid a little bit, but she's just like, at the same time, she's like, I'm too busy and I'm too young. Ariana, you too busy and too young, but then you talking about your time's ticking. I'm so confused, guys. it's like she's such a Libra moon. It's like one minute she wants it, and then, you know, she's telling Ethan that she wants it, and to, you know, have those things, and then she's like, I don't know. And then Ethan even gets like that too, because, you know, there's a lot of doubt. There's a lot of doubt around their relationship. There's a lot of disharmony. They're fighting a lot, and they're not on the same page. With their parenting styles, I'm seeing too that they wouldn't be on the same page. They would not parent the same, and they would argue a lot. So I'm telling y'all, this is my warning. This is my fucking warning. Is it safe to say that Ariana's like Ross from fucking from Friends? Is it safe to say that? Ariana, don't be a Ross. Just stop being a Ross. So yeah, guys, I'm seeing that there is potential for them to have kids in the future. This is if they get their stuff together, as far as like Ariana making time in the relationship to be more present, and Ethan, you know, needs to calm down. He needs to calm down is what I'm saying. But if she announces that she's pregnant, you know, then okay, you know, but we'll see what happens. I'm seeing it's very up in the air still, because Ariana's really trying to focus on work, but she is going to try to lock down, if they do stay together, she's going to try to lock down and have kids with him and get engaged or married to him. So I am seeing that's very, very possible. It's a high probability that this will happen. So yeah, we'll see. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that reading on Ariana and Zach Sang and Ethan. I included Ethan in this, and Tana Mongeau. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. Please keep the comments nice, sweet, and clean, and don't get crazy, okay? Before y'all go, if you could please do me a favor, follow me on my TikTok. I am starting to upload on that, and also follow me on Instagram. And while you are here, if you are new and you like what you see here, you would like to see more, please hit that subscribe button, and feel free to hit that notification bell for when your bitch pull up. Ding ding, bitch. Alright, guys, I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching. This was a very fun reading to do on Ariana and Ethan and Zach. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for all the love and support that you guys have been giving me and that you continue and have given me in the past. I really appreciate it. Please remember to be kind to one another, love on each other, and give yourself a break, and please forgive yourself all the time. Love you all again. Namaste, love and light. Bye.